Oh, well, let's hide that. Let's maximize us. Speaking of maximize,
It's me. It's me.
that's right. Lance is in the house with me tonight. We're also in a different location. Normally, I'm in my office. Well, tonight I'm actually down in the collection room. So let's see.
I call it the dungeon. The chains are nice and soft.
There's no chains, but
You don't know that.
I'm still working on getting the tour of the collection room, but I've got a PC set up down here. So tonight we'll be continuing Beast Wars tier ranking. So last week we did 96 through 97. We're picking up where we left off, and we're doing 98 through 2000. And that's right.
2001.
Well, 2001. Yeah, technically 2001.
We'll get to that. The last four on here are the 2001.
Yeah. But before we get into all that, if you're watching us here live on YouTube, if you could do a few things for us. First and foremost, if you could hit that like button, because that helps us out in the algorithm. And, I'm trying to get some subscriptions up here so we can get Restream to pay for itself. Man, I'm not looking to be YouTube famous, but if Restream can pay for itself, that would be just great. So be a friend, tell a friend that I'm out here. If you like what I'm doing, if you like these discussions, if you like what I do with the news, give me a sub and make sure to ring the notification bell, because when I do extra content like this, YouTube doesn't really do the best job of telling you, because it just likes to bury it in the subscription feed. So ring that notification bell so you can stay in the know when I do extra content like this. Now we were hanging out today, and I was good to we'll say hi to everybody. See, we've got Junkie on Crafts and Builds here. I'll be giving him a shout out in just a second here. And also too, since we're down here on this setup, I do have my mic down here, but let me know if we both sound okay, if I need to adjust this at all. This is the normal mic I use for 0 hour. But aside from liking and subscribing and ringing that bell, one quick housekeeping thing. Tomorrow, August 30th, if you're in the Pennsylvania, DC, Maryland, Virginia, Delaware area, and you want to come hang out with Louie from 4 p.m. Eastern to about 8 p.m. So, it's a good opportunity to meet some fellow collectors in the area. I've got a bunch of folks over on Facebook and on the TFW boards that are interested in going. We'll have some of the Figure Action crew there, T-Man, Parts Former, Mike's going to be there, Lance and I are going to be there,
and me.
Bolt Matrix might be there, some of my friends are going to be there. So, if you want to come and hang out with some collectors, bring some figures, maybe check some out. You don't have to bring any figures if you don't want to, but if you have anything you want to show off or sell or trade, feel free to bring it. They're always a good time to get to hang out, have some food and drinks, and just be around like-minded people. So if you're in the area and you're interested, come check it out. We did do a bit of a toy hunt today, so I got some footage from All Time Toys in Eldersburg, Maryland. It's a pretty nice toy shop. I did not walk away empty-handed, though what I got ended up breaking. So
user error.
Not necessarily user error, but But yeah, this was an interesting thing. And thank you, Barbarian Lost. Good to see you. Thanks for coming aboard. And so I'll be having a little toy hunt video coming up for extra impressions. Hopefully we'll get that out on Sunday, as well as some of the footage from the meetup this time. So we'll be going there tomorrow. It's also this guy's birthday tomorrow. So
I'm turning old.
Yeah, he's turning my age old. So yeah, it's going to be a good time. So yeah, if you're in the area, come check that out. And then I'll have, as I mentioned, the toy hunt footage. We also went to Retro Replay, which is a retro game shop. Yeah, and they did actually have a decent selection of vintage and actually a small selection of third-party figures. So that was pretty cool. So before I shout out chat, the last thing is, if you are watching me here live my camera's reversed. Normally up in the studio I have it set that way. So if you are watching this here live on YouTube, thank you very much. I wouldn't be able to do this without all the people that come in and watch live and on the replay, so thank you very much. But if you are watching live, we have the chat over here, so don't be a stranger. Pop in. I'll be highlighting your comments throughout the course of this discussion. And if you have any thoughts or feelings on the tier listing we're doing tonight, if you have any input or think that maybe we're off, chime in. If you have any memories of any of these figures, or you just want to be part of the discussion we're having about them, chime in. We do highlight comments throughout the course of the episodes here. So yeah, definitely, don't be a stranger. Hop in that live chat over there and have some fun with us. And if you're watching me on the replay, again, thank you very much. Let us know what you thought of this tier listing. Let us know if you agree, disagree. And also, when we're done, we'll actually be going back and putting the image of the tier list over on the community tab so you can take a look at it and discuss it there. So yeah, where we left off, as I mentioned, we did 1996 through 1997, and we are going to be picking up with 98 through 2001. And yeah, Barbarian Lusty says, so new viewer, who is the gentleman beside me? Well, this is Lance Park. Lance is a very long-time friend of mine.
What are we at, 20 years? Or is it less?
I think we've been friends for a little over 20 years. I want to say like we both were on the Easy, if you remember Easy Board, back before. Yeah. So, while we're waiting for folks to get in here, I think this is probably an appropriate story. Like, my whole involvement with the Transformers community started out during Beast Wars. So back when Beast Wars Season 3 was out, I discovered online message boards when I was but a wee lad in the early days of the internet. And there was a site called Bot Talk. And Bot Talk was it was like one of the first Transformers websites with a message board. But the owner of Bot Talk, this French-Canadian gentleman named Renaud, which was his handle, he was a very overzealous moderator. And so there was an exodus because, basically you weren't allowed to have fun on Bot Talk at all. And if anything, people weren't posting spoilers back then, or they would mark things as a spoiler. And there was a person that worked for Mainframe Entertainment, if I remember correctly, who came in and was kind of leaking plot points and marking it as spoilers, and there was a lot of drama on Bot Talk, and there was a big exodus, and people went to their own easy boards, and there was Dutropolis was one, the Allspark, which is still and that's still around today. And there were just a lot of message boards splintering out, and then people started making their own easy boards. So we became friends on Easy Board and chatted in the AOL Instant Messenger days. So yeah, we've known each other for.
Are you just trying to make my bones creak?
Hey, we're talking about Beast Wars. Then yeah, that's.
Oh, you ain't wrong.
How fitting, a toy line that features dinosaurs.
There's a couple in this list.
Yeah, there are. So yeah, Lance is a game store owner.
Co-owner in Vacaville.
The slight Baltimore accent caused me to say anyway. Forgotten Path Games, and the link is in the description. So Lance is just a friend of mine. He doesn't have any YouTube content.
No, I just piggyback off him.
Yeah, but if you go to TFCon, he's a presence at TFCon, and you'll be at TFCon Chicago this year.
At Chicago. Just listen to my laugh.
Yeah,
according to parts from it's very loud.
Very tall man with a bolsterous laugh.
And a new tattoo.
Yeah, and he's a very big Beast Wars fan, as you can see.
Yep. I don't know if the glare is going to catch it.
Yeah.
That's Optimus Primal playing guitar with Calvin and Hobbes dancing. Hell yeah, brother.
There you go.
Done by Greg Kuzan, if you look him up on Instagram.
Yeah.
In Sacramento.
Yeah, so if you are at TFCon Chicago, make sure to go up to Lance, say hi, give him a high five, handshake, or you might get a great big bear hug in the process. But yeah,
if I know you.
Yeah, well that too. Also, man loves Astrobots, but not the Sony Astrobots, the toy notch.
No, the
Astrobots.
thing that came first.
Yeah, that's true.
Toy notch one. Very good toys.
So
I'll have some at the meetup.
Yeah, and there will be Astrobots tomorrow at the meetup. So if you are coming to the meetup in White Marsh, you'll be able to check them out firsthand. Let's say hi to chat real quick, and we'll get into everything. First up, we had Tristan here going and saying, I misread Beast as something else and had to do a double take. And of course, I had to let Tris know that there was Breast Force in Japan.
Yeah.
So there we go. We got Mario Roca coming in saying, hello, Zero once again. Good to see you, Mario. Hope you were having a great Saturday night. We got Junkie on Crafts and Building here saying, "Sup, guys?" And we will be hanging out with Mike tomorrow.
Oh.
So yeah, there'll be footage of him. I'm gonna, like as I mentioned, I'm gonna include that footage from the meetup on the toy hunt for all-time toys and retro replay. It's gonna be a smaller toy hunt, but yeah, we're just trying to get the Transformer stuff. And yeah, Barbarian Lost at Sea subbed, so thank you very much. And as I mentioned, you are, if you are new here, would greatly appreciate it. We got Boss Hog coming in saying, "Oi, good to see you, Boss Hog. Hope you are having a great Saturday as well." And
it's Friday.
I'm sorry, Friday. Oh, I'm off, man, because I took off from work today, so I feel it feels like a Saturday. It's a 4-day weekend for me too, which is pretty awesome.
Nice.
Don't get too many of those because we're off for the holiday on Monday. And yeah,
You are.
I am, but yeah, as a business owner, you got them customers.
It is what it is.
So yeah, Mike is excited to see Astrobots, and yeah, I hope we're sounding good on this mic. So again, if anything is coming through garbled or the gain's too high, let me know. I don't take offense
If
to
you
it.
can't hear me, let me know.
Yeah, if
That's
you can't hear
usually not
Lance,
a problem.
I just have my analog ones, my analog headset plugged in, just to make sure everything levels sound good. But yeah, let's get into it. So I'm gonna minimize.
Are you ready
here.
for this? Boom, 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 boom.
So here we go. 98 to 2000. We got some really interesting stuff with Beast Wars, and we also do have the wiki up to get some better pictures of these as we go on. And yeah, we're gonna kick things off with kind of like where we picked up the Transmetals.
Let's summarize.
All right.
98, 2001.
Yeah.
Start now. Of course, you all know we don't do repaints. We don't do remolds.
Right.
Because why not? Why? It's
Right.
the same model.
We're basically going off the merits of the mold for these tier lists.
Because I mean, some of these figures got quite a few repaints.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Primal Optimus. Yeah, you got this was.
Yeah. Well, technically, Optimal Optimus, I thought he was released through he and Cryotech were.
Well, Cryotech's a repaint.
Yeah, Cryotech and Optimal Optimus were repaints, but I thought they were.
Primal Prime was the repaint. That was the name of the repaint.
Yeah. Primal Prime. Primal Prime was the.
There's Optimal Optimus, Primal Prime.
Yeah.
Ape Link, I think.
Well, those are BotCon.
The
so,
BotCon one.
Yeah.
Mike says I gotta get closer.
Okay.
Is this better? Just let me know.
So here, let's scooch the. I like I said, I have a makeshift setup down here this evening.
Yeah.
So we've got a portable monitor with a webcam and my my small form factor PC. So.
And I have my laptop to handle the tier list.
Yeah. So Mike, is that audio any better for Lance?
Yeah, let us know.
Because I can turn the gain up if need be.
But the biggest gimmicks we get into when we go to 98, we'll go 2000 to start with. Because 2001 is there's like 4 figures.
Yeah, it is a footnote really for the.
Because the first thing, again, we started with the Transmetals and Fusors. The first waves came out actually in like 97.
Yeah.
Like December 97, somewhere around there.
Almost like a preview wave.
Yeah. And then you get fed into the rest of the Transmetals and the Fusors.
Right.
And then we graduate into the Transmetal 2s, which I think you described as them basically being turned inside out, which...
Well, the Transmetals were basically the characters turned inside out, where the robot modes took on more beast aspects and the beast modes took on more robotic aspects. When you got to the Transmetal 2s, that was basically like a hodgepodge where they were just both. They were organic. And so Mike says, getting there. Let me turn up the gain just a wee bit here. And all right, let's test now. So Mike, how's this? Lance, go ahead and say something here. Let's see how that.
Hello from the no,
not Adele though.
Okay, that's a good plan.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, yeah, and we ended 2001, which was the last hurrah of the Beast Wars, was real fucking bad.
Yeah.
Because that was basically the Animorph rejects.
Right, exactly. They took figures from Animorphs.
Well, that were going to be an Animorphs.
Yeah, and Animorphs was a failed toy line.
Is that confirmed? Or
that is confirmed. You can actually, if you go on the wiki, they actually have the article supporting that.
I believe it, because let me tell you, that Animorph toy line was real bad.
Yeah.
It was real, real bad.
Yeah, I can't think of a single Animorph
figure that was
figure
decent?
that was.
That gets out of the pit.
I mean, the two aliens, like was it Visser 9 and Axe, are I think at best D tier.
I agree.
Like they have some good things, but as like they're also some of their parts. Like they're like Visser 3 has a cool mutant mode, but his God, I forget the name of the alien race they were.
Andalite.
Yeah, the Andalite mode. First it's a wrong color, and then it's like it doesn't hold together. And Axe has a good Andalite mode, but his Scorpion mode is
garbage.
Yeah. So again, they very much were some of their parts. So.
All right, so it looks like we got it.
Yeah, so if we're sounding good and we're up and we've got some folks in here, let's go ahead and start getting into this. So
we're going to start. We're going to continue the Transmetals because that's basically where we left off last time. We got Mr. Rat Trap himself. Let me see if I can get a bit.
And I actually still have mine around here. I have him and I have
this is all.
Oop, yeah, we'll tighten the mic up a little bit. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, so I actually still
That
have
did nothing. I'm sorry.
What's that?
Nothing. I thought I would censor it, but didn't.
No.
There. That's good enough.
Yeah.
Good old Transmetal Rat Trap.
Yeah. So this was an interesting one. Again, the Transmetals are mostly show accurate. Mostly. And the thing about Rat Trap, I think, really is that his backpack is kind of prominent. He's a great looking figure in both modes, in my opinion.
Hikers and campers have smaller back. They packed less in that backpack when they were climbing out Mount Everest, man.
Yes, the backpack is huge, but I still think he looks good.
Oh, he looks good, but the tail's great.
The tail whip is great. The tail whip actually still to this day is yeah, it doesn't.
Well, it's not ball jointed.
It's not. Yeah,
it's friction, right?
It's friction and it's pinned.
Yeah,
but it doesn't seem to get loose. A lot of people have flaking issues, so the vac metallic.
But that's across the entire line.
But his is worse. Where like I've seen ones that are like in package and they've like flaked. But I guess they also could have left them in the sun too.
I mean, I don't think we can look at that as a problem across the line because all of them have that problem. If you had vacuum metallized metal, at this point, it's probably coming off. Like, doesn't matter.
Well,
I mean, if it's in the sun, obviously, but like it's gonna come off. At least he doesn't have gold plastic syndrome.
No, he doesn't have gold plastic syndrome. So, I think the thing about this guy is it's the backpack and the legs. He's got ball jointed legs, and even when he was new, he was still very back heavy. So the robot mode suffers. So it's hard to get him in dynamic poses. This was one of the first ones that I remember seeing people do mods on, where like Unicron.com, which is still around, the Lucas brothers. I remember they did a mod for the backpack where you could flip the wheels around. So if you look at the picture of them, you can see like the wheels, the hind legs of the rat mode find their way onto his lower back, giving him the big backpack. Whereas if you could flip that around, it hides it. It gives him a much better silhouette.
This is where you turn the big wheels up towards the shoulders instead.
Yeah.
I don't know, because at that point you get super top heavy.
It did make him top heavy, but it kind of centered. But regardless, it's like this is a character that like they did the best they could with what they had.
It's better than the next iteration of Rat Trap they give us.
Yes, it's way better than Beast Machine's Rat Trap.
That's another show.
Yeah, I do think that the rat mode and the even though the rat modes, the hind legs aren't really like anything to write home about.
No. Although they had a hinge, they could move up and down.
There's no head articulation for the rat. You just have the tail and the front pulse. But the vehicle mode is really cool.
Yes, the vehicle mode was. I think this one had probably the most successful vehicle mode of the Transmetals.
Well, of the show Transmetals.
Of the show, I will. You're right. Of the show Transmetals.
Yeah. I think because of the sculpt and the fun of the transformation.
You can't. I don't think you can go above a B.
No, I'm saying C.
Okay.
The
balance is a huge factor for this.
Yeah, game. Like he's a good sculpt. He's got a fun transformation. He's got a fun vehicle mode. He's got an okay rat mode. The robot mode looks great, but it's not the best to mess with. So I think because because of that, it takes him down to a C.
I have to concur with that. I don't think there's any other way to mess with him, really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because honestly, he's just good. The whip was nice. So you could do dynamic things with the whip at least.
Right, but you couldn't really have him like going forward. He also they omit like again the toys came before the show.
Right.
So you got to give him that. No gun and
explosives.
Right. So he was a smaller deluxe, and he also had limited accessories compared to some of the others. Well, I mean, really, that's not fair to say because the Transmetals, each one just got like one weapon.
Yeah.
And it was not a gimmick. The transformation was the gimmick. The
pseudo vehicle.
The pseudo third mode was the gimmick for them. Whereas when you get into the Fusors, they maintain the gimmicks. They maintain the water squirting gimmicks. They maintain the flapping gimmicks. They maintain the spring-loaded gimmicks.
To the detriment on some of these when we get to them, but we're going to finish the Transmetals first.
Yeah.
Which comes to one that wasn't in the show, but would have been really cool if it had been.
Yeah, like Rhinox, Waspinator, despite not being birthed from a protoform on Earth.
What does that have to do with anything?
All the ones that came out of pods, stasis pods, they were not they were like immune to the quantum surge, oddly.
No.
Yeah, like with the exception of Transmutate. Because
so why was Silverbolt and Quick Strike Fusors?
Because their stasis pods malfunction, not because of the quantum surge. Their stasis pods got damaged, and that's why they were. Because why were Black Arachnia, Inferno?
They were in CR chambers.
Not Black Arachnia and Inferno.
Yes, they were.
Dinobot was.
Rhinox was.
Rhinox was finding Primal Spark.
You did this last time.
I know I did.
Incorrect. You were incorrect. That happened on like episode 4. We're talking about the quantum surge. That's in episode 1.
Let's stay on focus here.
Okay.
We'll fact check that. We'll fact check that in a bit. But
the figure is very good.
Yeah.
This thing is very good.
Yeah.
The weakest part is probably the weapon because it's just like this weird stinger.
It's still a gun.
Yeah, it's like a long rifle stick looking thing.
Yeah, let's pull them up on the pictures on the wiki so those that aren't familiar can see here. But it's a poorly sculpted gun.
Basically, there's the gun right here.
Yeah. Now, if he had two of them and they were kind of trying to evoke, the
Starscream.
Yeah, Starscream.
This is obviously very much Starscream.
Right. So, and this was kind of a really smart use of. Kind of an homage, since the Possession episode's one of the best season 1 episodes. It's like the fan favorite episode, really. In that episode, if you don't know, if you're not a Beast Wars fan,
shame on you.
Shame on you, but definitely go and give Beast Wars a chance. Don't listen to the people that have never watched Beast Wars saying it sucks. It's dated, but the story is so good. But I digress.
To be fair, the story gets good once you get past the first half of season 1.
Right.
Really. Because the first season had like 22 episodes, so it feels like there's a lot of filler.
There is.
And season 2 and 3 were like basically 12, 13 episodes each.
Yeah, it was quality over quantity. But the Possession episode, Starscream's ghost possesses Waspinator. So this was pretty cool to see, a very hybridized version of Waspinator and Starscream.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, the vehicle mode on this one is top notch.
Yeah.
I also think that there is a bit of kibble that gets in the way on this guy.
It's the insect legs. They just really have they don't peg in. There's nowhere to go. You see they have them kind of just wrapped around. There was no like official place to put them.
Now the way that they engineered the back legs was pretty good. Like the way that they fold in and
they become his legs.
Right. They become the shins.
But the other pair of two.
Yeah. And really good head sculpt on him.
Very good head sculpt.
The colors on him.
If they just did like a green and yellow repaint, put him in his season 1 show, his show colors, he'd look amazing too.
Yeah. And a fun transformation, albeit a little fiddly. This was one where I don't recall the wings actually pegging in securely.
No, they don't.
So that's something like between the kibble and
because you can see right here these just fold in. There might have been a little tab there, but it was so thin and it was clear plastic.
Yeah,
you got to be careful with it.
I do think the gun could have been sculpted better, but I think it's fine. I just wish he had 2 of them.
Right. 2 of them and like pegs on the upper arms.
Yeah. But of course, like back then they were doing what they could. I wouldn't rate this guy any lower than a B.
I agree with that.
And not making a B pun, but I lean. I would like to give him an A because he is a fun figure, but he does have drawbacks, like the fact that
the kibble and the wings also being clear plastic. I think I remember some things about
they were thick, but they weren't really. They were kind of like a semi-transparent.
Yeah.
I kind of want to have a discussion with Deluxe because I know there's a lot of stigmas around clear plastic, but I've never had a clear plastic figure break on me.
I mean, I've heard a lot.
I've seen the art.
I also don't collect a lot of them.
I just saw somebody today post a picture of their Age of the Primes Jazz shattered. And
did Megatron rip them in half?
No, like the I'm sorry, was it Age of the Primes that they reissued the Studio Series one? I think it was like a filler.
Might have been, yeah. I think it was, yes.
But
it wasn't a Studio Series.
Well, he was originally Studio Series, and then they did the Generations 5-pack, which is what I have up there.
Oh, okay.
And then which got rid of all the clear plastic. And I do think that opaque plastic feels much sturdier, but I've never had like a clear plastic figure just like shattered. I've seen like people where it's like shattered, but I've never had that issue personally. But I do handle my stuff with kid gloves,
Tiny doll hands.
Yeah, tiny doll hands.
Like honestly, the drawbacks aren't huge for me as far. I mean, the kibble got in the way a little bit because there's no real way to tab it in. But it's still a fun-ass figure.
It is. It's a very fun figure. It's a good transformation. It's straightforward. It is kind of like a secret. It's kind of like more of like a modern secret transformation, too. The way that the nose cone swings up and everything kind of goes into the chest. And then you push the arms back and down. And, the biggest thing is, like, I like the vehicle mode. It's very imaginative. It comes together well, but these things don't lock into place. And the kibble does detract from it a bit, I think.
Enough to keep it from A?
I don't think enough to keep it from A. And again, one thing about these tier lists is we can go back to these at the very end before we lock it all in. So if we decide that he is rated...
The 2 biggest marks for me are the kibble legs and the gun. When I can still pose it, when I can still play with it, like, that's pretty good.
That's fair.
I'm agreeing with you.
I will say one of the things that makes me lean towards A, and maybe it's a bit of nostalgia talking, but if I'm at a convention and I see one in a good condition, he's one you don't really see at conventions too much.
That's true. I don't think he got any recolors.
He did. He got the Fox Kids one.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, in yellow.
Did that take the metal off?
No, it didn't.
Because I know the Armada repaints took the vacuum metallic off.
Yeah.
Which I was telling him, when we were hanging out, after doing the Beast Wars tier list, I kind of want that Transmetal Rhinox now. But I don't want to deal with the vacuumized metal. And then he told me there's an Armada repaint. That's even better.
Yeah. And it has mini-con ports as well. I think given the fact that if I saw one, I would want to put him back in my collection. That kind of makes me lean more towards A.
Okay. Well, here's another one that never made it in the show.
Yeah, Air
Razor.
Yeah, she was
July 98.
Yeah.
Third wave.
And this was one I remember picking up at Caldor. You remember Caldor?
No.
Yeah, Caldor was a department store. I remember...
You live on the East Coast. I live on the West Coast.
I know that. I just didn't know that, like, whether you had Caldor or not.
No, I did not have Caldor.
But, yeah, I remember she got marked down, and that was how I got her. And then it was just kind of like one of those days where I had, like, $5 to burn, and they, like...
Put it for $5.
Put it in for $5, and I was like, you know what? Why not?
It's not bad. However, going from a basic to a deluxe, but the wings scaled up to a point. So
yeah.
Good balance. Now, her vehicle mode is S. If you can fly, why the fuck do you want to be a watercraft?
Well, I guess so she could land like a pontoon boat.
Okay, you turn into a robot.
Yeah, I get that, but
like if the point Look, the point of the vehicle mode is so Rat Trap gets a roadie mode, so you can go faster. Cheater can fly. You can already fly. Waspinator goes from a low mobility B or a high mobility B to like super fast jet. So
I mean, she could land on water. Who knows? If she was a show character and they did do that episode where, you know, the what was it, Dark Glass that never got made.
Yeah.
You know, it was an underwater episode.
Yeah, but she was kidnapped by the Vok.
But I was saying if she was in the show, right, you know, and they wrote it in and they made something. Yeah, again, because like what would you do? Or maybe she could have like used those and like been on the snow.
I would have been like a subterranean mode, because then you could fly or you could go underground.
Yeah, I so many of the vehicle modes for the Transmetals are just kind of like, what are we going to do? Let's just toss, you know, let's throw it at the wall and see if it sticks. And I think that's what this was. The one thing I will say about her vehicle mode is the landers becoming shoulder-mounted guns for her.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that makes the juice worth the squeeze. So, you know, I never had the basic. I messed with the basic Air Razor, but I never had her. But I did have this one, so she was my Air Razor on my shelf, my original Beast Wars shelf, and so I enjoyed her for that. I mean, my biggest complaints with her really, outside, you know, again, I never really cared so much about the vehicle mode being kind of a throwaway, was she has waffling. I don't like the fact that the beast mode talent, like the way that they integrate her talons is kind of lazy. Like you can't lose them, which is cool.
Can't lose them
because they're pinned on, but they just kind of hang off of her hands. And again, this was a figure like before we have the waffling that we have today. Like you look at her forearms up there, like there's a lot of noticeable hollowness. There's hollowness in her thighs, and
I think there was some behind her legs too.
Yeah, and really, like, yeah, the backs of the calves, and it made no sense because like the beast parts, like save for the wings, like the turbines and everything that's on her backpack is just kind of that thin hollow plastic that they would use for vac metallized parts. Now the paint on her is great, like the pearlescent white and the way that they do the fading in the gradient in the vac metal.
Oh yeah, I mean that's good.
The deco is good. The transformation's kind of fun. Like the two pieces, like the bird kind of like splits down the middle, and you know
fold things in. Basically.
Yeah, it's not like if you look at pictures of her, you kind of think that you're just gonna like lay her down flat, flip the head around,
no,
and
you have to split the top half.
Yeah, it's a creative transformation, but even for its time, I think they cut some corners and.
And again, like Rat Trap. You can tell by the photo, just look right here. It's balancing on those for a reason.
Exactly, and that was the thing too. Is when I had her on my shelf back in the day, she did kind of lean back on those wingtips.
Is that enough to make her into a D?
No, I think this figure is a solid C, leaning on C minus.
Okay, I could see that. Like I said, the balance issue is a big drawback.
Yes.
And like I said, the two major things, I will put aside the alt mode thing because, okay.
Right. It's
whatever. But like the balance issue with the wing, you need the wings.
Yeah.
Basically balance. And the talons do feel lazy.
Yeah.
I will agree to see it okay.
Yeah, like I know that they were like, oh, we don't want you to lose the talents, but I think they could have become better handheld weapons, like you know, even if flipped around to become like Wolverine style claws for her, like
well, you could have had a mechanism where they turn around so they become more like, you know,
like elbow mounted,
like elbow blades.
Yeah,
but so, I mean, budget being a budget.
Yeah, we have Pterosaur next.
Speaking of shitty alt modes.
Yeah, so, well...
Oh my god. Well...
The alt mode is fine.
I meant the vehicle mode, sorry.
Yeah. So Pterosaur, he and Scorponok, they definitely got their...
Scorponok never got a Transmetal figure, but you can see they were going to get it.
Yeah, they
fell in the lava pit while hugging.
Yeah, well, their hands were...
No, they collided with each other.
Yeah, but you saw the Pterosaur's hand come out, like Terminator style. This was also one that I got on clearance as well at Caldor.
Again, he turns into like a jet mode.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's not good, but it's basically like the back of the pterodactyl splits. But what I will say about him is the sculpt is great, and this was a deceptively fun action figure.
This is a very fun action figure. Like, you have opening, closing claws for the feet. You got good articulation. You balanced really well because they're really not as big as those shoulder pads and arms are. They balance pretty good because there's not a lot of back tilt.
Yeah, and even though in the picture here it looks like he's using the wings, the sword wings to balance, he doesn't need them as crutches. And also, Mike wants to know: do you want to have cake tomorrow?
I always like cake and cookies, baby.
Yeah.
I got German chocolate cake coming at home, so I mean, whatever's good.
All right. Well,
I don't mind cookies either.
There you go, Mike. If you're trying to bring some sweets, he does like chocolate.
Goddamn right.
So, I remember this guy showing. If I remember correctly, in the package he came with the wings disconnected, so he looked weird in the package.
I think yes, because
he's a big wingspan.
Yes.
So he like kind of came with his.
They're like this.
Yeah. So he didn't like because back in the day they all got packed in alt mode regardless. So I think his biggest problem for selling was the fact that in the box, because he was a bigger figure, and the deluxes were larger back then, but they had to like actually like kind of scrunch him into his packaging. And aside from not being on the show, he came misassembled in the box. Or
did he?
Well, not misassembled in the sense that he had
unassembled.
Unassembled's a better word.
Okay.
But then when you get him, he's a solid figure. He has no issues standing. The feet are actually very large, and he's stable, and he's not hollow. And it's just it's a fun transformation. It's a basic transformation because again, it's just like you just pull it.
I would say he has a hard time standing in beast mode.
Well, yeah, but in beast mode he's meant to be a flyer, so
right, yeah.
You know, it's like you can't really get him to do like the perched thing.
No.
But again, you know,
it's still good. Still a lot of fun. The face sculpt is fun.
Yeah, and it's again, this was like one where I missed out on Pterosaur with the 96, 97. But I had him. He was my Pterosaur on my shelf. So, back in the days when I just wanted the character, one version of the character, I was content. Not today.
No.
Not
as I look at these shelves.
Yeah, like when I've got Punch and Counter Punch and Double Dealer, one of each on both of my.
There's a couple shelves full of primes over there.
Yeah, a couple shelves full of Megatrons. We've got how many drifts around here?
Well, I see three or four
right
there.
Technically, I know I have 4 because I've got the. I mean, if you want to go outside IDW, but I've got the movie color version of IDW Drift. I've got the Earth mode, the comic color. Technically, Deadlock is Drift. So, the Shattered Glass Drift over there as well.
Yep.
So.
Oh, so where do we want to put this guy? I think B.
I think B is right on the money because, like, again, he was.
Dare I say even A? Or is the alt mode or the jet mode too weak?
I think
that's the biggest thing that's detracting is the jet mode's weak. I feel like.
I think he's a B.
Do you have a problem with the proportions?
I don't have a problem.
He got them gorilla arms.
I don't really have a problem with the proportions because, like, with Transmetals, they were kind of all over the place, right? And I feel like he probably would have had long, wonky arms had we seen him like that on the show, like with his, with his wings becoming his arms. They probably would have changed it around. But I do like the fact that the armor reconfigures.
Is he less fun than Waspinator?
He is less fun than Waspinator, and he's a very basic transformation. He's better than average. But he doesn't have, like, the whole thing about Waspinator is that it's a fun figure. It's got cool moments in the transformation, which this is a very basic transformation.
Yes.
And he
basically stands up and you fold the head down.
Exactly. Like, Waspinator elevates himself above better than average. And I think that Pterosaur is just better than average.
Okay. I'll allow it. All right, we're going to have a fight, I think.
All right, which one's next?
Rampage.
You might not have the fight you think.
I know he's a fan favorite. This toy is bad.
You'll be surprised. So I remember vividly how excited I was for this figure.
Oh, it's good in one mode.
Yes, the crab mode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I remember getting this figure. I remember my late great aunt, who was supportive of me collecting the stuff at age 13. We went, and I remember we stopped at Toys R Us before she got her oil changed, and we're sitting in the waiting area of like a Mr. Tire, and I'm opening up this Rampage, and back then you had the big twisty ties.
Yep, I remember
that had wires running through them. They were like clear coated twisty ties. I remember like taking them all off, and I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to mess with this figure, and getting him out. And he came the crab mode, and the crab mode's neat, but the legs on the crab mode are loose.
Mine weren't super loose, but yes, they did become loose.
He could not stand like a king crab. Like king crabs aren't like right to the ground, and Rampage was like a crab in the show like once. He's mostly either robot or the tank.
Yeah.
And I was excited to get him into tank mode. And you think getting him into tank mode would be easy, because really all you're doing is turning the claws backwards and getting
that rubber tread though is
getting that rubber tread configured with the legs, and then getting the Gatling gun to stay on, because the Gatling gun has a rolling gimmick. So as you roll him along the ground, he's supposed to like shoot his missiles. Doesn't work. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, it's just because we're in the waiting room of this,
This floor is not good.
Yeah, floor's not good.
An excuse.
Getting him there, and then getting him into robot mode, and the robot mode it looks fine, but that backpack, man. I think he is like the most back heavy of.
When we look at the claws alone.
Yeah, because those claws just literally hang off his back, and the claws are thick, heavy plastic. And the legs.
I'm pretty sure I saw on a TV show somebody on the prop department had taken one of these claws to make as like a communicator for a full-size man.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was like I don't know, it had talons in it. I don't remember the name of that show.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure one of them was a Rampage claw.
Would not be shocked. But I mean, he looks mostly the part. Granted, his colors are also wrong.
Hey, they're close.
They're close, but the chest he's supposed to have like silver. They made him like look like a cooked crab.
Good, because he is. This figure is.
Yeah, the Japanese actually got a better jacket, but even still, it can't save it from the fact that there's so much kibble, and he's so back heavy, and even in robot mode, he looks awesome. But because of the way his arms are made, he has a hard time holding the gun, because the gun has a little tiny post that goes in his hand.
It's a Rhinox-sized gun in a tiny hand, so it just wears the ball joint on the arms out.
Yeah, so you're going to just have him like holding his gun down as a walking stick, not as a Gatling gun.
Now, as bad as his robot and tank mode is, that crab mode is so cool.
Crab mode is cool, but again, like I said, for mine, like he just kind of like lays there.
He can grab figures.
Yeah, but the problem is with him grabbing, when you start using the claw, the tread's going to start coming out of it. Because the tread just kind of tucks into the claw.
Yeah, it's not great.
That being said, I don't think he's a D.
I think he's a D.
I think he's a C.
I think he's a D. Dude, when one mode out of three, and like it's not just like flipping out jets like Cheetor. That's an involved alt mode. Like you have to get those legs just right. They have to right. You have to get that tread on just right.
Yeah, he's not. I wouldn't say he's over-engineered, but I think he's under-engineered.
Yes,
I think
again, these are points against him.
Yeah, because he could have had like better and more. And it's something that they're really good about today is putting in prominent posts and clips, so you really can't mess up anything in the transformation. Like there's an order of operations.
I would love like Age of the Primes version of this guy.
Yeah, I hope we get one. I hope we get an update. But you are right. Like outside of the crab mode, the robot mode, and the tank, like getting it to the tank mode and getting the tank mode to hold together, it's a fail. The robot mode, getting him there isn't a problem, but he's like a worse version of Rat Trap, where he's more tough. I mean, right.
You could finagle the claws a little bit to help with the bounce, but it's still like one push, he's gonna fall right over.
Right, because he's kind of an inaction figure.
Right, he can squat though. If he squats down, the claws hit the ground, he can squat real quick.
I think the show was a detriment to the toy too, because like in the toy, he's a very mobile and expressive character, doing maniacal laughs and getting into fist fights, and it's kind of hard to replicate any of that and getting him into anything other than standing there stoic. Like,
also those crab antennae tended to pop off a lot for me.
Mine never did that. Mine
Really?
mine stayed on.
Okay, so maybe it was just me.
Yeah. But then again, for mine, like, the legs were just loose out of the box.
See, my legs weren't loose, but I couldn't. I swear I couldn't keep one of those antennae in. I cannot see him and see because he is just I'm sub tier.
I'm willing to compromise and say he's below average. I don't think he's the void, but yeah, he just.
I didn't say the void. I would say D.
No, I'm just saying I think he's above the void.
Yeah.
But I think that
because the crab mode's still awesome.
I like the crab mode, but again, I will agree that the bot mode and the vehicle mode do.
I mean, I could forgive the vehicle mode if it was a simple thing like transmittal cheater. You just flip out the jets, you're done.
Yeah.
You're basically done.
Yeah.
But that's involved, and it doesn't come out well. But now we're gonna get to the next one though, which I think is much better.
It is much better,
and it's ironic because these two go together. If you watch the show,
his nemesis.
Although I will say, the alt mode. I'm not gonna say it's like posable, but it's a manta ray. Like, welcome to depth charge.
Yeah, I think the word, like, this is a figure that does have a large backpack.
I think it because of how big the wings are. The wings spread out, and you can curl them because those wings are posable.
The wings are posable, and they weren't fragile, but they were light.
They were light.
I think that the biggest issue that this guy has with his back is so. Going back to like what I said about Transmetals not having gimmicks, like Rampage did with the Gatling gun. He had firing missiles.
This guy had firing discs.
Yeah, this guy had firing. He had a drone. He had a little shark missile that was on the show. He had a sword. He had the disc.
Disc in the chest.
But the discs in the chest, I think, because the fact that the tail section didn't collapse, his back jutted out quite a bit because there actually was a space in there for you to get your hand in there to use a little trigger.
Although to be fair, you could keep the sword on his back tail and it'd help him balance technically because it would hold it down.
But we've taken points off for that.
I'm not. Yes, no.
You could do that. He did stand fine.
Yes.
And he could hold all of his weapons. I'm just saying that if I'm going to be objective about it, I'm going to say that.
No, absolutely. I'm agreeing with you.
I thought the Manta mode was cool. The transformation was fine.
I think he also has a very good vehicle mode. Like it's basically the spaceship he came in though.
It is. I mean, I think it's
and it makes more sense because you have a sea creature. Well, how is that going to work in outside of the sea? He's got a jet mode or spaceship mode, jet mode, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
He did utilize the vehicle mode pretty well in the show again, making him a Manta. Didn't
Right, you make him a Manta, cool, but you don't want to do the animation budget to do all the water all the time.
Right.
So you make them with the jet mode, which makes sense.
Right. And the tail is posable, which was pretty cool.
Three joints. Well, one or two joints.
Yeah.
But I think it could point down.
I do recall having a lot of fun with them. I did want to pick up the repaint because I think it also fixed the chrome issue. The one issue that the original one had is the way that the head flips out and locks in, you would chip chrome just by transforming him.
Yeah.
So it was kind of unavoidable that you would get a spot of chipped chrome just by messing with him.
Yeah.
But that said, I do have a lot of fond memories.
I think his gimmicks are successful, unlike the tank gimmick for Rampage.
Yeah, and I remember being solid. I mean, I remember having good joints. He didn't have a lot of ball joints, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I don't think he did because there was a lot more.
Yeah, the shoulders I definitely know were universal.
I think the upper leg, upper.
Yeah, I think the hips did.
Yeah.
But let me pull him up now just to get a good picture.
But yeah, he was good, and like I said, posable wings was nice.
Yeah, and he is, again, with the exception of the fact that the backpack doesn't collapse in, he is very, very show accurate, even though the wings. So, yeah, I think it was just I think even the hips were on universals. They just were on the. Yeah, because like I said, I don't remember him having a lot of ball joints, and I do remember too that he had single jointed elbows, but he could get over 90. He's pretty posable. He had a waist. And I also remember
looks good in packaging too.
Yeah, he does. He definitely.
Him and Rampage both look good in packaging.
Yeah. I remember too. You could also kind of. He never did it in the show, but you could flip the fist around because he had those little like
turbines.
Yeah, and you could kind of give him like a gun arm that way. I remember you messing with him and doing that. So,
he's above Rampage, easy.
Well, I would wager he's a B. I think he's above average because he does a lot. He brought the gimmicks back. He was a good chunky toy. He was well built. He could stand. He was fun. Yeah. So I would leverage him as being above average with Pterosaur. I mean, I can't really say that.
The only thing I think for me that keeps him out of A is the major balance issue with the backpack.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, you with the sword as acting as a third leg, so to speak, you could do some posing with the legs.
Yeah,
as long as you had like that and one other leg touching the ground.
Yeah,
so you could do a little bit, not a lot, but
more
than Rampage.
Yeah.
All right, this one. Oh, this is my favorite. Let me bring this one up. I have to find him. This was in the supersize class. Y'all know him. Y'all love him.
Got his own.
Optimal Optimus. Oh yeah. Quad. Yeah. We'll say quad.
I mean, to be fair,
says he remembers him having ball jointed.
Well, no, he has like a ball enclosure around it.
Okay.
But I had to go back and look myself. But they're definitely universals.
Okay.
But they look like.
I saw the pin in the middle.
Yeah, they look like ball joints, but they're not.
All right.
They're like zooming in here. That's
maybe. I need to probably have it in hand.
Unless they were.
You're goddamn right. We're talking about third legs.
I don't think we're talking about third legs in the way you think we're talking about it.
Yes, we are.
You are. I'm not.
What? Well, let's go to the next one.
Yeah, Optimal Optimus. This was a very hyped figure.
I say quad changer, but like the modes are.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Like the vehicle, we'll call it car mode, jet mode, 8 mode. I think he was in 8 mode once in the show.
Yeah, and he looked at bananas.
Yeah, he did.
He was like walking with Cheetor, and it was
for the Transmetal 2 episode.
It was, yeah. It was like when he was taking Cheetor through cyber puberty.
Oh, cyber puberty.
Yeah.
But God, I really like this figure.
It's a great figure. It's got a good scale and heft, and
you're gonna have to talk me out of windmill slam, man.
No, so like what I was saying, like with that balance of gimmicks.
Mm-hmm.
Like this guy had lights.
Lights.
He had firing missiles.
He did.
The arms
are blast shields.
Yeah, they were blast shields, and they could be reconfigured. Now, I wish they could do the shield thing he did on the show. Now, third parties have done that since. It's one of the things I like about the TransArts one is he can actually do that.
Mm-hmm.
But he had a big ion cannon that he never had in the show. But I like it so much on the toy that. Like when the third party figures don't have it, I'm like, I wish he had it because it just makes them look complete.
Opening, closing hands.
Yeah, it was like I think this was actually the first Transformer with semi-posable hands.
I mean, do you count Rampage's claws?
No, claws are different.
Okay.
Claws are claws, hands are hands.
That's true. Even though there's one hinge, but basically you can get that.
The transformation was basic, but it was fun. This was back when like. Big toys weren't just big to be big. They actually were, they had a purpose. And he's not encumbered by his gimmicks. I think the gimmicks actually enhance him.
Although I will say having the gun backpack on the 8 mode, limited to 8 mode, because also the legs shrink a little bit.
Yeah,
but what happens with all the 8 figures, basically.
With the exception of the original one. With the original Optimus Primal, But... I'd be comfortable giving this guy an S. I mean, even like, the flight mode is kind of a throwaway, in the car mode with the hands. I mean, it's they did it in the show.
I think they did the car mode maybe once or twice.
Yeah,
they did the jet mode the most as far as all modes.
But I mean, if we're gonna say like we like the other vehicle modes like Waspinator and even liking like. depth charge where the beast bits are obvious. I mean, he is a transmetal. He's not a G1 triple changer. He's kind of playing by the rules of like what transmetal vehicle modes are.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna say like, oh well, he's got hands, or it's just his fists out, kind of like doing the Superman thing. He's got he had the cockpit. The cockpit also opened and closed, which is pretty cool.
I think you could fit a Diaclone dude in
there.
there.
You could fit a Diaclone pilot in there.
Did third party put a little spark to put in there?
Third party didn't, but when
the
they did Transarts didn't either. But when they did the Power of the Primes, that was where you put the what were those blocks called?
Oh, I know which ones you're talking about. I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember what they were called either. But
yeah, Power Master 2.0s.
Yeah, they called Prime Masters?
I think they're Prime Masters.
So the Prime Master actually went in there. So they did it for Power of the Primes, but none of the third, like the unless, let me fact check myself. Let me fact check myself real quick, because we have
While he's fact checking, hi Michael. And T-Man. George, just rude. He didn't say hi.
I'm gonna say.
Are you?
I will. We'll do it for him. So I still have the so perfect.
Is that the perfect effect one? I had the perfect effect
one.
I
still have this and the quote unquote Nemesis version. So,
that is the Primal Prime coloring.
This is the Primal Prime coloring. So I have the Transarts for my Toon Color one, but I kept the Nemesis one because that's not really a Nemesis one. It's the original the original Optimus Primal colors. But let's get this.
The perfect effect had issue because you couldn't turn the cannon into the chest.
No, you couldn't. But it still looks.
Looks fine.
They gave him a faux matrix right here, but right there, like they sculpted him. But in here you can see like a pseudo spark chamber. I can't remember where it's here. So you do that, and then. Yeah, that's what they did. Is they did the underside. Here, let me
swap it out.
Yeah, let me maximize here. So for this one, as I get caught on my headset, on this one they did give him a little spark chamber in there, but it flips down to become the nose cone. So yeah, perfect effect did do that. And of course the other reason why I like this revision over the original is they added the whole locking mechanism. So if you didn't want the floppy, I mean also too his waist isn't floppy. Oh, they ratcheted it, that's what it is. In the original one it would just like spin freely. And yeah, like I mentioned, they perfect effect included the ion cannon.
There's a third party company I'd love to visit again.
Yeah,
I miss them.
Now we get her like Xerxes recolors, and I think we got the somebody did a reissue like with their name for the Fort Max. But yeah, the original Optimal Optimus, I'd be comfortable giving him an S tier just because I think he is a really fun figure that strikes the balance between playability, gimmicks, and form factor.
Windmill slam.
So.
Windmill slam. All right, so we're now done with Transmetals.
Yeah, let's say hi to chat real quick. We got Michael Gutierrez coming in. Welcome in, Mike. I hope you're having a great Friday night. And he also comes in to say that my Optimal Optimus figure is called Sergeant Gorilla, and it's not from Hasbro. But I still call him Optimal. I mean, we don't use third-party names because, why not?
We can't remember them.
And T was saying the transformation gimmick, the combination gimmick, or Matrix. I think it was the combination Matrix on one of them.
Probably might have been the Studio Series. Not the Studio Series, the San Diego Comic-Con one. Because I know that one had a throne. I still have that one.
Yeah, I have him
scepter.
I have him up there too. With the crown. Yeah.
Aren't you fancy?
Yeah, and then he got that scepter that you could put the Prime Masters in.
Nice. So, all right, so we're out of Transmetals.
We're in the Fusor territory. Remember, if anybody's wondering why Quick Strike isn't on here,
He was the first wave.
Exactly. So Airhammer and Quick Strike were part of that 96 to 97. So if you're interested in seeing where we rank those,
here's a hint. One of those was an S tier.
One of them was an S tier.
This dude, I don't remember his name. Hold on a second.
Is it Bantor?
No, it's Buzzclaw.
Oh, it's Buzzclaw.
Buzzclaw is the. Buzzclaw is the first one.
Oh, okay.
You get a picture of him. This one's a weird one.
Yeah.
There it goes. So this guy's gimmick was, you see the thing on the back right here?
Yeah.
You push it and the claws do stuff. Not great.
No, he's too much of a parts former, I think.
If you lose that thing, he's done.
Right. It's
literally done, because that's how you connect like the bottom half of him to the top half on the insect mode.
Yeah. This was one that I passed on. I think I've messed with him like once.
You didn't miss much.
No, I definitely didn't. And I think the other thing going for him too is he's so generic looking. He just kind of looks like Vision from Marvel, but not in a good way.
Who?
Like the character Vision in his color scheme.
Oh.
Yeah.
Vision. Oh, I guess.
Yeah, especially like when you're
stretching a little bit.
Yeah, but especially like when you take his kibble off, he's.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's bad enough to be like the Pit.
No, but I
like, he's still got the basic level articulation. He can stand up and stuff. Just the gimmick's kind of lame.
Well, the gimmick and it's kind of the lack of character. I mean, he's a Fusor, but he's a very generic looking Fusor.
Like, if you told me that's just like a grass or praying mantis, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what two things he's fused with. I think it's supposed to be like a praying mantis and something else.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it was, but I think it's supposed to be some sort of lizard. I don't know. He looks like he could just be a praying mantis.
Yes. It's just, a lot of the appeal of Beast Wars was they had so much character and they stood out. And this one just looks way too generic. And it's kind of like what we had with Skyhammer, where
Skyhammer also had serious flaws with the wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like one of the big detriments to him is just the lack of character and the lack of personality. So
D?
I'd say D.
I mean, here's another. All right, we'll move directly into Bantor.
Yeah, I did own Bantor, and Bantor's one that I got on clearance. Now,
I think he's very generic. Like
he is.
Like that shoulder is bad.
So he's a mandrill and a. But if he didn't have the tiger stripes on there,
you wouldn't know he was a tiger.
Right, and the gimmick, the punch gimmick, it works, but it's just there's so much that takes away from the sculpt and the playability. Like everything kind of goes into that arm gimmick, and the transformation also is super basic. Like basically you push his head down, you push the
legs.
Yeah, and then I mean. I can't even remember where. I think the rear legs are on the. Can't remember where they. Oh yeah, no, that's what it was. Is the rear legs all come off, and he holds them as a little sword. So like he basically holds his like severed butt.
Oh, he does.
Yeah. So he's also very parts formery. So if you lose his weapon, you lose. Yeah, you lose his
the ass.
Yeah. I'd say he's right there in D.
Okay.
I mean, it's. Again, lack of personality, and then also the fact that it's just it. Again, if he didn't have the tiger stripes, you just think he was a baboon.
Pretty much. And
the punch gimmick really just gets in the way of a lot of the fun factor.
Okay, let's go to this one. This is a fucking weird one. This one where the gimmick, I think, personally kills it for me.
Oh,
I had this guy. I didn't hate him.
I liked Nocturo. I liked the sculpt. I liked the fact that he was like this demonic looking Maximal, because he is a Maximal still. He had like
He had like this wing flapping / hugging gimmick, basically.
Yeah, but it didn't destroy it like Retracts.
No, but it also wasn't great because if that spring got bad, he could not hold.
I don't know. I messed with them quite a bit, and I never had to.
I like him because if you look in it's the robot mode, I mess a lot because ball jointed wrist.
Yeah. So for anybody that's like wondering what this is, he is a bat and a bull fused together.
Tell?
No, I'm just saying like the picture of his alt mode does not make it look like, it does not like really indicate what he is. It just kind of looks like a seal.
I also think like
with claws.
There's another problem because his legs really don't go any. His robot legs don't really go anywhere.
Right. It doesn't really give you the like a bat doesn't really have like legs dangling out the back. I don't think he's D territory.
No, I think if anything, because like he's actually fun.
Yeah.
Once he's in robot
mode, ankle, ball jointed ankles. So
yeah, so you can have the ankle tilt.
Yeah.
Because like the beast mode, whatever you want to call it, is not great.
Yeah.
But very good robot mode.
Yeah. And even though he doesn't have like the kind of the automorph like the original Beast Wars Basics did, well, it was a pro and a con in its own way for its own time, but it is a very like 96 basic transformation.
Oh yeah. You basically just
fold the head down and stand him up. But the sculpt on this guy, so I think C. Like
he has a lot of character. The red face is very striking against the other black and dark brown.
Yeah, and I think it's the only instance of red paint on him.
It is.
So. Yeah,
I really liked this one, messing with him and stuff. It's just too bad we're never going to get him made again in like Legacy or anything. Ooh.
Michael's saying the only Fusor that he had as a kid was Injector.
Oh, we're getting to them. We're getting we'll be getting into Deluxes soon. I think we're into Deluxes. Nope, we still have we have the Transmetal 2 Basics next. But first we're going to start with, I've just forgotten the Terragator.
Oh yeah, this one. This was a fun one.
This also has the problem if you lose that tail shield, or the tail, you're done.
Yeah, but he has.
But surprisingly, he could bounce despite the shoulder and opening and closing jaw on the thing.
The beast mode was painted so well. Like this is one where I'll agree that the parts forming element is a detriment because if you lose the shell, if you lose the gun, your figure is not going to be functional. But the beast mode was painted really well. The snapping turtle alligator, you could, like for some of these, right? Like you blend them together. Like the last two we looked at, like the last two basics, before. Well, I mean, even with Nocturo, it's kind of like what's going on here. But the snapping turtle gator works really well, and even though it's doing similar animals, like not similar in the sense of a snapping turtle and but like. Two reptiles going together. Words are hard. It's hard to articulate what I'm getting at. But he's a well-articulated basic. I mean, he's a little on the slim side, but he also, he also still had a lot of character. The asymmetrical design is neat. The coloring on him was good. I'd say, despite everything, he's a C, yeah.
I can see that. Like I said, I really like this one. I remember having this one. He does have a problem with the hands. They only basically go like this.
Yeah.
Come on!
Yeah. He is limited, but
he's fun though.
He's fun and he's sculpted well. He's not.
Just don't take that shell off, or you're gonna see all the parts.
Right. He's not above average. But he's an average. He's like a C plus, I'd say. But you still got to recognize the shortcomings on him. Hey, Michael wants to know why were Silverbolt and Quickstrike the only Fusors in the cartoon. I guess just because they
budget.
They had a budget constraint with like CG, and it's funny now. CG is the cheaper way of doing animation.
Yeah.
But back then they would just kind of like say, okay, hey, we only have the budget to do X amount of characters, and which ones do you want to do, and
Do we want to go into 99 or you want to continue with 98?
Well, let's continue with 98 before going into 99.
Now if we're gonna go into 98, we're gonna go into the deluxe.
Yeah, let's get some of those deluxes in there.
Which I believe is silver. We're gonna start with probably one of the iconic ones.
Yeah.
Silverbolt.
Solid figure.
Very good. The wings probably were the weakest part.
Yeah, the wings were the weakest part, but he still could balance well because he had, like, not only were the feet large and posable, but everything on there was very well constructed. Like he didn't. I mean, back then we didn't have ankle tilt as a normalized thing unless they put the feet on.
The counterpoint to ankle tilt, he has opening and closing claws on those front teeth.
Yeah. I mean, it still doesn't make up for ankle tilt. Like getting him in an A stance, you're still gonna have part of it off the ground. But I still think this was a fun figure. I liked his gimmick a lot. I really liked
the gimmick was the wings just go fly forward and shoot missiles.
Yeah, and the missiles becoming swords.
Yep, that was always fun.
He does have a little waffling, but I always like the sculpted in bone detail on the inner thigh. I don't know why I like that. I thought that was a weird.
It is a weird thing.
A weird thing, but I
that's how you should do waffling.
Yeah, like give it a little character.
Yeah, you pulled the tail and it flung him forward.
But his transformation's so cool, like the way that the front
fold.
Yeah, the way that they pop out and go down and conceal the wolf head, and then the back mane of the wolf head becomes like samurai style front skirt. Like there's just like kind of like an elegance into how he transforms.
Yeah.
And I think, the wings and the backpack are a detriment, but this was a figure that when I got him, I couldn't put down. And also too, like even though he's mostly gray plastic, the way they airbrushed him was really nice.
Because you can see it on the beast mode.
Yeah.
The darker gray and the lighter gray.
Yeah. For me,
does it make it A, B, or S?
I can't give him an S in good faith because, again, like the
I don't think I'd give him an S either.
Yeah, the wings can either only go up or they can stay at his side. And he did have multiple looks with the wings in the show, but primarily the wings were on his back. And again, it's not really fair to like, take away because he's not sure. Because again, the toys came before the show, and that's the thing you have to leverage. The show just enhanced the toys, so I don't want to hold any of the quirks of the show.
The screen inaccuracies.
Yeah. I do. That being said, I wish that they had made so the wings could hinge down, so he could have a more.
Like, you would have had to have taken that wing flapping gimmick out.
Right. So, but the gimmick is fun and it is functional, especially the way that they did it. So you pull back on the tail, and the tail pushes the wings forward, and then that pushes the buttons on the.
Oh yeah, for the missiles.
Yeah. So even though his wings are out to the side, pulling that back, you would. You'd get the wings to get forward enough. It was a cool gimmick. It was a great transformation. I'd say, as far as like transformations in Beast Wars go, I'd say it's like one of the top 10.
It's really good. So are you saying A?
I would be hard pressed to give him anything less than an A, but I definitely don't think he's S tier just because there's few concessions with him.
I agree. All right. I think A is perfectly good. He's still. Yeah. This is a rare thing where the legacy one might actually be just slightly lower compared to him. Mostly because of the back part.
The back part and the he still has issues with the wings. It's just they're different. It's like he has the opposite issue with the wings, where the wings can't really
do much.
Yeah, and the thing with the legacy one is that's one that's supposed to be going for the show. Because again,
the wings are a little small for my liking too.
The wings are small and they're hollow, and and the missile tips. I mean, you don't have the firing gimmick anymore, but then you have the missile.
Very rarely do we get missile gimmicks anymore.
Very rarely, but I'm just saying, like we get like the swords that we got were so hollow and waffled that like they just didn't really look great. So
next one is called Sky Shadow.
Hey, and good to see you, Sabertron Toys. Hope you're having a good Friday, my friend. Yeah, Sky Shadow's one I didn't own.
I had him.
What?
The good news for him is you can't lose his parts.
Yeah.
His weapons, really.
Well, he has the missile mouth thing that they like to do.
He had 2 heads on him. Like I said, his robot head flipped down and became the tail. Because he's supposed to be like, what is it?
Oh, it's a dragonfly and a lizard. Yeah. I just remember him not looking great in person, like the green.
Oh, he's hideous. He's like an Insecticon.
Yeah.
But man, he's got the Megatron gimmick with the beast head.
Yeah, that was an interesting thing that because they started to abandon it.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So again, I always passed on him, and I've actually never messed with this one. So I'll defer to you to.
So I mean, you can see in this beast mode, like I said, this arm goes right here for the head, but this flips around back to become his back for the wings, and the entire gimmick is the wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that and
Yeah, and he could spit in your face.
Yeah.
He could spit on that thing. Is that the joke you want to make?
No, we're not doing Hawk Taw with Transformers.
That's good because a lot of Beast Wars did it very well.
Oh God.
Look, how many of the first ones we did had missiles that shooting out of their mouth?
Probably 4 or 5.
There was a bit.
Yeah.
And here's number 6.
Yeah.
So like
probably 6. I'm thinking like we had Bone Crusher, we had Transketo, we had what was the other?
There's another Insecticon one.
Yeah. Then
I forget what it's called. Baboom could.
Did I say Bone Crusher?
Bone Crusher could.
Yeah.
There was a couple. I just don't remember them all.
Yeah.
But this guy too. So he's okay. I would probably put him like solidly C because like the gimmick's fine.
Yeah.
I like he's not parts for me because it's all built in.
Yeah.
The transformation was interesting, slightly fiddly, but still interesting. Although the robot head just hanging off the tail was kind.
Yeah, I think that was like one of the reasons why I never got it. Aside from the fact that like just he was so garish looking. Like
you can't talk to me about not buying garish figures, man.
Back then, I was a lot more choosy.
Yeah, you were.
And today, yeah.
Like I don't remember him having many balance issues. The beast legs were just kind of hung off the back. I don't remember them clipping in or anything, but they were very well articulated. They had 3 joints in them and a ball, including a ball joint, which for beast legs, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I just put C because, like I said, he's got some flaws.
Yeah. Like I said, I've actually never, honestly, never messed with this guy. I always passed up when I saw him on the shelves. I picked up the box, and for me, that head on the tail was kind of my deal. The design, I was just like, this one doesn't look like he's for me.
Oh, I think this one was mentioned in the chat as far as our next one.
Oh, Injector?
Injector.
Yeah.
I don't know that I messed with this one.
I have messed with him.
He looks goofy.
Yeah, this guy was he was definitely a shelf warmer back in the day, and his design's interesting. I mean, he's a piranha wasp.
Why does his robot legs look like Scorponok?
Yeah, that was like kind of like one of the things about him he does have like those like kind of
a piranha or a barracuda.
I'm pretty sure he's a piranha.
Sure, man, I believe you.
But yeah, I never owned him. I messed with him. I would say he's probably on the average side. I mean, the transformation is like ridiculously easy, so he feels a bit under engineered for a deluxe.
I think his gimmick was the spin too.
Yeah, that becoming a weapon.
Kind of, because I think it's just.
Yeah.
It does have an opening and closing jaw though, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, but I mean that just it's by merit. He doesn't have any head articulation because the way that. Well, actually, I think he does. I think he does.
Yeah, the jaw.
Yeah.
And technically, it can look up because it folds in.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, he definitely is a very a unique figure.
Does his uniqueness save him from D because he's a goofy-looking bastard?
I'd leverage him more on C. I'd say he's just really average. I think he's like
okay.
I think he gets a lot of hate because he's a different design.
There's the gimmick.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, I think I might have messed with this guy once. I don't remember owning him.
Now, when we get to Torka, that'll be
That's next.
Yeah.
I really liked Torka.
Unfortunately, you can't get Torka today.
Again, gold plastic syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the last of the deluxe freezers.
Yeah. So Torka was an elephant orca.
He was a good figure.
Yeah, and a lot of people did skip on him, but he was a very unique design. Now, actually, technically, I think there was a wasn't there a Beast Wars second version of him?
Maybe I'd have to look.
Yeah,
but I never watched Beast Wars.
But yeah,
I watched Beast Wars. I didn't watch Beast Wars second.
Yeah. I never owned him, but I got to mess with him back in the day. I haven't messed with one recently because there's very few of them left, if any.
Gold plastic syndrome.
Yeah.
He will disintegrate.
Yeah, because he had like the tusk goring gimmick. He had the I can't remember. I think he shot water.
He did out of the gun.
Yeah.
You can see it. That was his big gimmick, but it still became. I mean, it's a weak looking cannon.
Yeah. But
like solid figure, balances well despite the kibble.
Yeah, and by merit of his transformation, he's got articulated wrists, if I remember correctly.
He does.
So that was a rarity back then.
He does. I liked him a lot. I don't think he raised the highest though. I'd give him is B. Maybe that's being generous to me.
I think he's. I think it's really hard to give him any more because I don't know.
Articulation. Looks like he has a lot of kibble. He actually is very minor compared to some of the ones on here.
Yeah.
So basically, it's that top. It's the beast head splits in half for like weird shoulders. You fold up the waist. You take the gun off.
Right.
And that's basically it for the kibble.
Yeah.
And then you just turn these around basically, and he's good.
Yeah.
Like very basic transformation.
I think maybe B is fair.
Because I really played with this out. Although, if we're going to knock Air Razor on the Talon thing, he's got the same problem.
But with Air Razor, I think it's just because they flip back and they don't do anything. Here, yeah, he does have the back of his... He does have that kibble with, like, kind of the paws.
Yeah.
The front paws or hooves or whatever you want to call them. I guess they're hooves. Sure. But you do get wrist articulation out of it as a compromise.
You do.
So, again, I think with him and Air Razor, it's apples and oranges. Like if Air Razor had articulated talons and they flipped down, but he gave her articulated fists, even though Air Razor didn't have any handheld weapons. At least with him, he has a handheld weapon, and it does. Well, it doesn't add anything to it because
the weapon's kind of weak.
The weapon's kind of weak. It's just the back. I lean more towards C, to be honest. Now I think about it.
The highest I would do.
I think he's a C plus.
Okay.
But between the fact that you're not going to find one in the wild anymore, it's like gold plastic syndrome. I think actually now I think about the Beast Wars 2 one had gold plastic as well.
Yo. Ooh, I think that takes us out of 98.
Yeah.
Because we already did Cheetor Rhinox. Yeah, because Cheetor Rhinox and Tarantulas were December 97.
Okay.
97 was Megatron Primal. Oh! We have one more. Ooh, this one's a good one. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. I love this one.
Oh yes. So yeah, Scavenger is an underrated one. I mean, originally he was meant to be Inferno.
Now he's going to have the same problem we have with Transmetal Wasp.
I think he has a bigger problem with the late kibble.
Yes.
It
really doesn't tab anywhere. It doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah. But I do think that he has one of the stronger vehicle modes as being a drill tank.
Yes, which fits with being an ant.
Yeah. And I do think that his ant legs are sculpted really well. It's just, again, the ant legs can be a little unwieldy.
Super articulated.
Very articulated. He has no issues standing. He doesn't have hands.
You could fake claws if you flip the ant hands forward a little bit.
You could fake them, but it did cost you a little bit of the articulation to do it.
No, his arms became super heavy.
Yeah.
I agree. T-Man, you right.
Yeah.
Scavenger was probably one of my favorites to play.
I like him, and I think he's got a great color scheme. In fact, for me, I never had the original Inferno, but he was my stand-in for Inferno, just like Pterosaur and Air Razor were.
And the jaws on the ant head open and close were. Yeah, he's really good. Basic transformation, if we're to be honest, because he basically folds up into the ant butt and the arms become his body. Well, I really like this guy. Like, I would almost go A tier with this guy. If S might be too much because of the kibble.
Yeah.
But for me, A. I slam it in A for me.
I think he's an A or a B. I mean, again, I did have him. I enjoyed him quite a bit. I thought it was a good use of different plastics between the art,
Yeah, because he had like translucent red and there's metallic blue for the eyes, and you had this orange butt.
Yeah, and the gold accents and all.
And he had no back kibble because his butt became his legs.
Yeah.
You had arm kibble, which, like I said, could mess with the balance a little bit.
Yeah.
But not nearly as bad as a backpack. Is this your debut?
No, Maggie's been on stream before. But, of course, I didn't have... Here, I'll take these out now. Because, yeah, Maggie's making a visit. Since we're here in the basement, she's like... Normally, she like comes down and chills with me on the couch when I'm playing video games. So now she's...
Chilling here.
Yeah.
But yeah. A. Easy A for me.
All right, well, go ahead and I think it's safe to toss him an A.
Yeah.
And again, it was definitely one that people slept on. I think it was kind of a shame that people slept on him back in the day. And, we were talking about this before we went live. One of the things about the Transmetals is there were only 3 Mega Class Transmetals. It was Primal. The Fusors never got any Mega Classes, but it was just Primal and Megatron and Scavenger.
Which all were good.
Yeah.
I gotta work the Tearless girl.
Yeah, Maggie is
feeling unloved.
Yeah.
Alright, this gets us into 98 with Transmetal 2s. And you know what? We'll start with a very goofy one.
Optimus Minor.
He's so weird. Why? What was the point in him having a forearm gimmick?
I don't know. Like the whole
why is he called Optimus Minor?
I think that they maybe had some plan ideas, maybe with Cheetor. Like maybe early on somebody was like, well, wait, with Cheetor growing up, maybe we need a new kid character. And what if?
I thought it was maybe a take on wasn't Magnaboss's the lion called Leo Prime or something like that. Because he had a prime head.
Well, he did, but he was still Prowl, wasn't he?
I think in Japan he had a different name. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
But I think it was something prime. I don't know.
But
so Transmetal 2's goofy.
Yeah.
That being said, this guy had a lot of good articulation.
He did. He was one of the better articulated characters. I mean, the arm splitting gimmick made no sense. I don't know what it was supposed to do because literally his arms just split at the forearms, and he did have a up and down hinge on them, so he could with
a ball joint.
No, it wasn't where they split. It wasn't on a ball joint, but
no. But yeah,
yeah.
You can look at it right here
in his 8 mode.
Yeah, she's trying to get comfortable.
She's trying to get over to the pillow is what she's trying to do.
I'll fight you.
She's like,
yeah. But so, I remember having a lot of fun with this guy just because of the articulation he could do. He could do a lot of balancing. He had good, big robot feet. He kind of just flipped upside down.
Yeah.
Now, the head thing is a little weak. It's very much a throwback to the mutant heads from the Wave 1s.
Yeah, and especially since they use the robot mouth to create the beast mouth, it's a little odd.
I mean, the robot face also looks angry.
Yeah, it looks kind of like it looks a lot like the toy version of Transmetal Optimus Primal.
Yeah.
But gold.
Girl, you're going to have to choose the spot, but...
Yeah.
T-Man says S. I don't know about S. I love him, don't get me wrong.
I think he's maybe a B in my book. He's good, and he was fun for a basic class figure. And the articulation's great. The transformation's a bit different than you'd expect it to be. The way that the chest shifts down and you're basically...
Shifts down, you basically turn it around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, too, because of him being an 8th, it's cool that he has the tail and it becomes the tail whip as you expect. But if you lose the tail whip, it doesn't do anything to detract from the figure.
It doesn't.
It's still a good action figure.
Yeah.
And it's still recognizable. It's like, because basically if he doesn't have the tail, you could be like, well, now he's a chimp.
Yeah.
So, oh, T saying the S was for scavenger.
Fair. Oh man, I think B or A.
I think I lean more towards B, just because, like, again, like I wish that instead of doing the arm splitting gimmick, they had just given him ball jointed feet and hands. So in both modes, he had that, because like if he had ball jointed feet and hands in both modes, I mean, really think about how, like, okay, well, yeah, he doesn't have any gimmicks really, but the articulation is just
very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with B. Really fun. I really like that figure. All right.
Good old Stinkor.
No, that's Masters of the Universe. This is Stink Bomb.
I'm Stink Bomb. Stink Bomb.
Get that. That's a different show.
And I'm also thinking like Gas Skunk for Robots in Disguise.
Yep.
No, Stink Bomb was one of the early jokes on the message boards, because people couldn't believe they were actually making a skunk transformer. But this guy had so much character and personality.
He was very good.
It's funny too, because when they brought him over to Robots in Disguise, or car robots, they didn't change the deco at all. And I like this deco a lot. I like the character a lot. I think it's a fun figure. For me, this one is a B or an A, to be honest. Like the transformation's kind of neat. It's basic, yeah, but it's a fun transformation.
Basic for a basic size class.
Granted, like one of the things I liked was back when Robots in Disguise came out, you got 3 basics for $15. They sold all 3 of them as a mega class.
Oh.
And they all had great paint, and
good time.
Yeah,
because like his beast legs, the feet actually fold up and the arms come down for the robot.
Yeah.
Front legs are
the head hides away. The beast head hides away really well.
It's just good.
Yeah.
I think the weapon is a little.
Yeah.
I would have liked more articulation in the tail, personally. Like very much a quick strike kind of deal.
Yeah. But
So you said B or A?
I think B. I think B, to be honest. Like, I'd like to give him an A, but there are some that are more deserving of it, I think.
What makes him less deserving?
Just the fact that he just doesn't have too much going on as far as gimmicks are concerned. Like,
I mean, most of these Transmetal 2s don't have like huge gimmicks. They stopped doing them.
They don't, but some, like, again, he's above average. But there are some of these guys that are above average. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I just to give him an A feels like we're throwing it out when we get to Spidor.
Sure, we'll do him next.
Yeah.
I like this one too.
I think Spidor is definitely an A.
You're gonna have to argue with me as to why not to put him maybe an S. It's like, this dude looks like he wouldn't balance well. He does.
He does. He's got great. He doesn't need to use his hands to balance.
The weapons are good because he's got one built in.
Yep.
And the tongue. So even if you lose the tongue, you're fine.
He's still recognizable as a frog.
He is.
And he carries over a bit from his original, non-transmetal version, regular beast with the of course, with him, he had the cool gimmick of the head was the tongue. But here it's just its own mace. Really, really, detailed sculpt, a lot of personality, great colors
and warps.
Yeah.
He looks here like the quality reminds me of Claw John. We slammed him in S.
I don't think he's quite there with Caldwell, just because he's got a cool transformation, but it's not as cool. And Caldwell does have some additional gimmicks. Like he does have more engineering, like more spring-loaded gimmicks. Well, he has a spring-loaded gimmick, and it doesn't get in the way. I think that he's definitely an A. But I don't think he's an S tier.
Yeah, I could say that. I could see that. Slap him in an A. That's fair. All right, let's talk about this guy. This guy, I don't know about this guy.
You on Sonar?
Yeah, we're on Sonar.
Yeah, I had Sonar.
He's weird.
And I think like
again he has the same come on.
Yeah.
Like I don't like that personally.
Yeah, and also a very basic transformation. Like,
the weapon is lame.
Yeah, the
very basic transformation, but I'm okay with it.
The hands are just the bat claws. I feel like they could have put in some hinges or put the claws on a ball joint. Like, he felt like he had less of a parts count than other things at the time.
Yeah, and, tiny legs, tiny feet.
Yeah, too. and the head just doesn't really look like. He looks more like a monster than a robot.
Now, his bat mode did have an opening jaw, I think, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, the bat mode also has more bat-looking legs, which is also nice. But again, like, I just feel like he just didn't do too much. He was like one of those figures that like was like, well, we're gonna go lower on the budget with him.
D.
I think D.
Yeah, he's not. No, transformation because you split the back open.
Yeah.
Him.
He kind of just like whelms.
Yeah, he's not great. Like I said, I had him and he was okay, but like, yeah. Let's talk about this one though.
Scarum, yeah. Oh, I loved Scarum.
There is a problem.
All right, what's your problem?
The robot legs have no knees, despite the fact they look like they shouldn't.
But if you wanted to, you could give him a.
You could give him the centaur insect, whatever you want to call him.
And also the way the robot, like, he doesn't.
I don't like that you have to do that to give him proper leg articulation.
I will say that I agree. It sucks that he doesn't have knees to give him the biped look. That being said, it is one of the most unique transformations in all of Beast Wars. Now,
yes,
I do not think he's an S tier.
No, I would have to fight you.
I do not think he's an A tier. But I do think he's above average because I think that the Beast mode is awesome. I think that the way the legs work for Beast mode allows him to stand really well. He's a unique Insecticon, being this big, scarab. I can't think of any like big pincered scarabs that we've ever gotten. The fact that because of the nature of the transformation, you actually open the scarab wings. He's got the best looking spark chamber in all of the Transmetal dudes.
Yeah, because it's in that chest.
It's in that chest, and they did like all the panel lining going to the spark, and like the way it flips down. It like looks really important. The head sculpt is really good. I like the fact that he could do the Centaur mode, but I think that he's like, it's the character and the uniqueness that makes him above average. I do agree with you that the lack of knees holds him back more than it should, but the uniqueness and the fun of the transformation and the fact that he's constantly got like two big, he doesn't have hands, but he has those two big, dark blue metallic, scythes for hands.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
He definitely was an imposing guy. I think he's a B.
I will agree with putting him in B. Because like I said, I remember having a lot of fun with this guy too. So the next one, what was the name on that? Oh, that's right, it was Night Glider.
Yeah, which...
It's not a bad one, but he has problems. And you can see the problem right here.
Yeah, the wings. And I think this one got elevated for me after Robots in Disguise. It's a flying squirrel.
Was he in Robots in Disguise?
Yeah, he was part of that 3-pack.
Oh, he was the third guy?
Yeah, it was...
It's Stink Bomb, Spitor, this guy, and then Cyber Shark, or Skybite.
Skybite, yeah. But I can't remember what his name was in Robots in Disguise.
Doesn't matter. Well, I'll call him Chatterfang. That's
I can't remember if he was Night Glide or not.
And the good news is, if you lost his sword, it's fine because the sheath for his sword was the tail, and you still got the tail.
Yeah.
He's not bad. He doesn't hide his
they called him Slapper. Yeah. Or no, it was Darkscream. Darkscream, and they called Spitor Slapper.
That's funny.
But yeah, he got that blue deco for Robots in Disguise.
Yeah.
But
so, a lot of issues. I don't want to say D, but he might be D just for the issues.
I still think he's a C. I think he's unique. He's got enough character.
Unique, But look at that back, man. Look at that back. Baby got back.
Yeah, he does.
Much to his detriment. Fun though. Love the
Yeah.
colors. I'm just saying, like the only thing that makes him a D to me is the balance issue is huge because those wings don't move.
Yeah.
So like literally, and the tail actually folds up to go on the back, which exacerbates the problem.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Is it enough to make him D though?
Who all do we have in D though? I just want to.
Rampage, Buzzclaw, Bantor, and Sonar. They're in D.
I think he's immensely better than Sonar and Bantor.
Yeah. Buzzclaw can stand up.
Yeah,
Buzzclaw can pose.
But Buzzclaw also takes off like he basically doesn't transform. He doesn't transform. He parts forms. He like parts forms to an obscene amount. Like basically,
if you're gonna put him in C, he's a low C.
He's a low C, but I still think he belongs in C. I think the sculpt's there, the personality's there, the transformation's okay. I think he ticks all the boxes for average for me.
Okay.
And again, we can go back before we lock it all in, but I do think that he at least ticks the boxes for being average.
All right, we're getting to the deluxes now.
Okay.
Let's start with this one. I like this one.
No, we're starting off good then. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to start off good.
Yeah.
Which ironically, he was one of the last ones in line because I think 99. But
he did also get a I think he got a minor revision. I think a couple of them did. I know Prowl definitely did.
This Jawbreaker, and I think he's cool as hell.
Yeah, Jawbreaker was neat. I like the fact that he had like that buzzsaw gimmick.
Yep.
You know, he looked mean as hell. He looked like a
Cayenne on crack cocaine.
Yeah. Good posability of the beast mode. I mean, yeah, it's the kind of the stand him up transformation, but it's effective. You know.
And his beast legs do kind of hang off his shoulders a wee bit.
Yeah.
Well, man, that gimmick's good. The head is articulate. You can.
Yeah.
I think it's on a ball joint.
Yeah, and I like the fact that his tail becomes a sword, not a whip.
Yeah, that's just that's a wicked sword.
Yeah.
Although again, if you lose it, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he's A.
No, I think he's probably a B. I think he's above average. He's got a lot of personality. He's a fun figure. There's nothing like I think like the litmus for being above average is there's like no glaring flaws with him.
I mean, the shoulders hanging off is a thing.
Yeah, right? But he still could stand.
He can still stand because man, he got them weird feet. I know. I have 14 wide and his might be bigger. So I'm just thinking B.
I think B for Jawbreaker. And like I said, the gimmick was neat. That buzzsaw was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. I really liked it. And like I said, he looked like he should be a Predacon.
Yeah, but yeah, no, he was a Maxable.
All right, let's go to this one.
Oh, I got a hot take on this one.
Okay, let's see if we agree.
I think this is a void.
Ooh, really?
Really, I think this is a void.
I was gonna go with D because I don't think he's awful, but I don't think he's great for a couple reasons.
I'm gonna go why I think he's void. Like one, in both modes, he's incredibly hindered. You can make him like you can pose him in his cheetah mode. There's no spots in his cheetah mode. Cheetor, where's the spots?
He's transmittal too.
He's transmittal too. But Cheetor's a flag.
You're not his real dad. You can't tell him what to do.
Well, Cheetor's a flagship character. They could have put the head on a ball joint because there's really no reason, like in the way the head kind of rotates in and out. There's no reason why the cheetah head shouldn't have articulation. They went with this.
Closing jaw.
Great. He looks down and talks to the dirt.
As he should.
You know. So we go from like the Transmetal Cheetor, which was one of the best Transmetals, to this. And there's some cool things on the design. Like I like the like the vac metallized purple. I think it was eye catching, and the spark chamber on his hip is interesting. But like let's stick with beast mode. So the tail is it's not even a tail whip, but it's like permanently curved. It's just kind of like hanging and it droops, and it like after you get him in the box, it just doesn't look right, and it's removable. But it's removable to really do nothing with. He can technically hold it. They did cut out a notch for it, but it doesn't look good with him holding it. Sure. It doesn't look like a tail, nor does it look like a whip. We were in an era where they could have put a bendy wire in it, where they could have done something to give it like a couple hinges, but they didn't. So the tail really doesn't do anything. He can fire his missile in his beast mode. Great. But they just went and gave him this hunchback look, and they could have engineered a lot of things differently. Like they could have made the torso elongate, because this was other than the fact it got repainted into Tripreticus agent, it really wasn't. We were in the time where you would do a mold once and that was it. So he has all the articulation, but just you can't really make him look great other than standing stoic.
Well, his articulation's weird on his arms.
Yeah, because he's got
it's a ball joint. It's not a hinge.
Right, because
you can only go so far with it.
Right, his arms are asymmetrically designed. The arm with the blast shield on it, it can't really do much. It can't rotate at the bicep. It just can go up and down, whereas the other arm
had a rotation.
Right. So, and the arm where he's intended to hold his gun is permanently holding it sideways. So it's just kind of a mess. Like he was all over the place, and the robot mode suffers for that because he's got like a blast shield that it doesn't really look like anything. It just looks like he's like got like a panel coming off of his arm. The transformation's functional, but I don't really think it's fun. Like the way the chest opens up, I don't know. It just doesn't really do all that much, other than to let you swap the robot head and the cheetah head. And for as many Transformers as there were that kind of just the heads flipped around and they stood up or, got on all fours, this was very ineffective, and I think the proportions are kind of terrible. And I'm glad that the TransArt one exists, because it kind of like really redeemed itself for like, as far as a representation for the character. I mean, really, I'll get the TransArt one real quick. I'll put a...
Hi, chat. What's in here?
Just win that real quick.
Yeah, I can't wait for Masterpiece Rat Trap.
Yeah, that's real soon.
TransArt Build 2 Cheetor.
Oh, I'm not going to pull him out. He's back there.
Yeah, I was about to say, good luck with that.
I'm not going to pull him out of there. He's really back there. But at least that's like what he's supposed to. You know what? Screw it. I'll do it.
Oh, God.
For the people.
For the views.
As Dane would say, for the people.
For the views. This is a dangerous game he's playing.
It is. I'm just going to take Cheetor out of here to grab Cheetor out of here.
I don't think I've ever messed with this TransArt one. He's caught on something.
He's caught on Silverbolt's wing.
Oh, God. Oh, no, there's an explosion.
Don't heckle. Don't heckle. This is a...
Surgery?
Surgery, yeah. This
All
is
right. Let's see him. I'll take
a...
a look. It's exciting.
So, here we go. Again, like, this is what a budget can do. But this is, like, really, like, what the character should have looked like.
Looks good. His quads feel a little flimsy to me.
Well, I mean, they are show accurate.
You ain't wrong.
And he does have an opening and close. I mean, they wouldn't have done that back in the day.
It's good.
Yeah, so the transformation is still similar. Like, they kept the crux of the transformation. But the purport, like, this is like... Here, let's full screen it here to show, like, this is what he could have looked like. And again, this transformation is still pretty much the same as what the original And again, I know the toys came first, right? It was the toys first and then the show. But like, we have a bendy wire tail.
That's good.
You know, and it does still come off if you want it to.
You don't want it to.
You don't want it to, but it still does come off if you wanted to take it off and have him be.
Does he have the spark chamber thing?
Yeah.
Does it have the Maxwell symbol on it?
Well, no, it's a third-party figure.
Why haven't you fixed that?
Because I don't have my toy hacks in yet. You kind of need a spudger to.
But he has it.
But no, it's there. So he still has the. You know, and he did have that on the show, believe it or not.
That's the claws.
Yeah, the claws, and they're articulated, and I love the fact that they did this. So you can, from when beast mode, you can get him up. He's got all his blades, but the proportions on this guy are just immensely better. Now, yeah, back in the day, they wouldn't have given him an open and closing mouth, but this is the same engineering with some additional.
Well, Transart just takes the same engineering.
Exactly. But like this is more like what could have been.
I kind of want that one now.
You should get him. He's before all the Transart stuff dries up, you should get him. But like we could have had an immensely.
No, I'm good. I'll look later.
I was gonna say, we could have had an immensely better sculpt for this guy than for the.
It's also probably
the original.
This thing is also probably free at least. If we do inflation, this Cheetor will be $25 now. This is probably like 4 times that.
Well, today, yeah.
Even then, I don't think it. Okay, I don't know if that's fair. You're comparing a masterpiece level.
This is a masterpiece level, but they could have taken the engineering and they could have given us a much better proportioned figure that didn't have gimmicks that got in the way. Like, yes, this one still has the blast shield, but back then they could have still given us, a rotation at they could have put this on a rotation, instead of having like on the original, this rotates, this just goes up and down, and that was a problem for Cheetor, because when we run into beast machines, Cheetor would have asymmetrical articulation up until Night Slash.
All right, so you want to put him in the pit?
Oh yeah, he's going right in the pit.
You've argued your logic soundly.
Yeah, I think also too, it's just like when you have a character like Cheetor, which yes, the toys come first, but they knew this was a flagship character. Like Cheetor was their Bumblebee at this point. He got like one of the crappiest toys. I'm gonna break some people's hearts with Dinobot as well.
Okay. We're on Transmetal to Dinobot.
This was probably the most hyped I was for any of the Transmetal 2s. Yeah. And I got Dinobot. Now, I don't think he's not a pit figure.
No.
He's not a D figure.
I might argue with that, but go. I will let you logic.
I think he is solidly a C. Now, I think his weapon is awful.
I mean, he doesn't have a weapon.
He has a tail that comes off and can.
That's not a weapon. That's a feature. It's not good.
It's a weapon with an asterisk.
He never did it in the show.
No, he never did it in the show.
You kind of needed to help him balance a little bit. Right?
Yeah, you definitely needed it to help him balance, and I just think that there's a lot of compromises with him. I think the shoulder pads are way too big.
The hands.
The hands, like they put in those wires, which were so unnecessary.
I clipped mine off and it improved it drastically.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, out of the box for, you shouldn't have to modify your stuff like that. But the fact that they put that on there, and they didn't need to do it. They didn't even need to have them connected, or they could have made it out of like a more flexible material, or just had the detail sculpted but not had it connected.
Yeah.
I mean, the spark chamber is neat. There are elements of the transformation that are neat. The idea of a skeleton, like a fossil. It was like a fossilizer before fossilizers, is neat. I think the Velociraptor
mode, like a kind of a zombie feel, because Dinobot dies.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert: Dinobot dies in the cartoon in season 2.
Yeah. It was season 2. Yeah, Code Hero season 2. I think that the beast mode is the only area that it excels. But the ball joints were weak even back then, so the dinosaur mode would have a hard time standing.
Yeah.
So I think he's very solidly a C, but a C minus.
I'd almost argue D, just because again, Those hands are so bad.
They're bad, but they can be fixed.
Why do I need to pay?
You shouldn't have to fix them, but
I mean, I could probably fix Rampage. That doesn't keep him out of.
I don't think you can fix Rampage. You can take all that kibble off, and then what? You've got like pieces of Rampage, you know.
Yeah.
But like, he's light on the gimmicks. He, you know,
his gimmick is tail wagging.
His gimmick is the tail, and then even then, it's not a cool gimmick.
That's why I'm arguing for a D, honestly. Like, I shouldn't have to fix him.
You know, I'll concede on D.
Don't get me wrong. He looks good.
Yeah. Well, he looks good. That's another issue too. Is that on both versions, the Stark White and the Bone White version, so many details are washed out because there really is a minimal amount of paint on him. Yeah. I'm gonna go D on him.
Yeah. Just too bad.
Yeah. Because again, like Cheetor and Dinobot were two that I was really excited for, and then when I got the toys, I was whelmed. And it was the non-show character. Well, with the exception of a couple.
Yeah.
We'll get to them.
All right, let's talk about this boy right here.
Ramulus. Ramulus is really good.
So, I like him a lot, but there might be something that keeps him out of A tier for me.
I think it's two things.
It's
one,
the beast head for me.
Yeah, the beast head.
He can't look anyway. He's looking down. He's got a ramming gimmick.
Yeah.
The weapon is lame. The figure itself, fantastic.
Yeah.
Balances perfectly. It's great. No kibble, really.
Yeah. I think he's a good B. I think he's above average.
We do have to knock him because he's a parts former a little bit with the head.
Yeah. At least the face doesn't come off, so you still get kind of a beast if you lose the horns, and the horns are very big, but
if you squint wrong.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was a lot of fun, and like I said, he could balance really well. Another simple transformation. For deluxe. Do you think a solid B?
I think a B. I think he's above average. I think even with the the parts forming gimmicks, he's above average.
I love the head sculpt.
Yeah.
So good. You would be my friend. All right, this is another one that's weird. This one's a weird one.
With an Iguanus?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Iguanus is. I think that the
I like him a lot. No kibble. I mean, you could call the frills not kibble, but they become like a kilt kind of thing.
Right. It's kind of like a Roman soldier sort of thing, and I do like the way that the head comes out of the tail. I forget where his sword came from. Is it this? Yeah, that's right. The sword is his missile.
It's more like a club than a sword, if I'm going to be honest with you.
I think that the weakest part of him really is his beast mode head sculpt. It's definitely a lizard, but it's a weird.
It's a spitting lizard. It's
weird. And like he does have the frill gimmick, so like all of his gimmicks are in the beast mode.
Battle Kilt's not a gimmick for you?
It's a feature.
It's a feature.
It's a feature. It's definitely a unique robot mode. It's got a lot of personality. The deco is pretty decent, though. The orange pants do really kind of stand out.
Yeah, because he's orange and blue.
Yeah,
it's great.
I'd lean like a C+ or a B on him.
I'd go B. I don't think there's anything really bad. The gimmick is just weak.
Yeah, he's not back heavy at all. It's just
he has no back kibble.
Yeah,
literally the only kibble he has is the skirt.
Right, and that's not even kibble really.
Yeah, his tail, despite the fact his tail comes off, it's just good. Like, it doesn't weigh him down at all.
Yeah,
it's really good. What do you think, B?
I'd go B.
All right, I know this one's gonna be. You really like this one.
Prowl?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Prowl is a surprise one. I mean, yes, the wings do get in the way in some areas, but they are a lot more posable than you might think because the wing tips do fold in and they fold back and they aren't super heavy. His gimmick kind of locks in. So
his gimmick was the head turning, right?
Well, the head turning and I recall the wings would spin around like a blade, if I remember correctly. I had the white version of him.
Yeah, you had to untab them and then they would spin.
Yeah, yes, they would lock in.
I think I or my brother had the white version.
Yeah. He didn't have any weapons though. It was just like it was basically his gimmick, and then like probably the materials, because he had a good mix of like transparent where you could see through and
an eye patch.
Yeah. And I was always glad that I got the white one, because I was like, well, that makes sense for Prowl.
Right.
And also being a snow owl.
Also, I think you lose out on a little bit with the black one, because like that red around the eye just
kind of washes out. Yeah.
Although the robot head looks pretty good. It's almost like an inverted color.
And I think the way you got the spark crystal was you flip the top, like the top of the owl head was like a half dome.
Yeah, you can flip it.
Yeah. I really like him. I think he's also B tier. I just think his biggest issue is that like he doesn't have any weapons for his robot mode. And the wings, he's above average, but the wings do take away a little bit from
yeah. I would agree with you. He's just good. His character, the eye patch is creative for me. I think we're in the last of the deluxes for a minute. I think we're getting to the megas. Because I think the last one is Scourge.
Yeah, I also really like Scourge.
I
think
I love that one of his eyes becomes a spark crystal.
Yeah. I like his design. I understand that the posability is like he does have a lot of kibble. But
the legs look weird.
What, the digitigrade thing with like how they like
the didgeridoo thing, whatever you said.
They look weird, but I mean, as far as like being like an insect ninja,
that looks more like a Tetsubo to me.
I mean, regardless, I love his color scheme. I love how you can take the veins of the wings out to make the swords. He does have like one really wonky asymmetrical arm that basically houses all the kibble.
Yeah.
And I can also say that I really like a figure, but also recognize that with the shortcomings that there. I mean, because of Chase, I think he's a C tier.
Yeah. I think he's trying to balance them in robot mode on those legs.
Yeah.
Like, there's no wide base. They're thin little sticks with a wide, so it's just hard to balance.
I think he's a really good-looking character with a really good-looking deco. And I think it's the sculpt and the deco that elevate him
to see.
No, I think it's the sculpt and I think it's the sculpt and the deco that make him stand out. I think it's the kibble and some of the hindrances that take him down from being a B to a C.
I agree. A good concept, though.
Yeah, and the beast mode's great. I mean,
all right.
Also, I think he does have firing missiles. I think the veins fire out, and they're like missiles and also swords, if I remember correctly.
I think you're right.
But they weren't great missiles because they were made of that like thin material, and they weren't aerodynamic at all. So they just kind of shot forward a couple inches.
So this guy's listed as the Cyber Shark. I'm calling him Skybite.
Okay. Well, for Beast Wars, I'm saying he's still Cyber Shark.
Sure.
Because Cyber Shark's a Maximal, Skybite is a Predacon. In my...
Okay. All right. This thing has problems. He has a lot of problems. Getting him into that shark mode is a pain in the ass. He is an epitome of a shell former.
He is very much a shell former, but there are some unique bits to.
He can also hawk too.
Yes, he does have the dual
missiles.
The dual missile. He has some fun gimmicks. I will say
the robot mode's great.
And this was also, believe it or not, this was the very first time I double dipped on a mold.
This was the mold you double dip on first?
Mm-hmm. No, I was a kid.
Okay.
So
you're normally ignorant.
Well, no. Normally, when I was a kid, if I owned one instance of a mold, regardless of like what it was,
you wouldn't get a second.
I wouldn't get a second one. But I liked Skybite enough. Like when I was watching Robots in Disguise, I had my first job when I was watching Robots in Disguise, that I had to get the Skybite deco. So I had Cyber Shark and Skybite.
All they were shaded blue yellow.
Yeah, but I think Skybite had a way better deco, especially when they picked out all he had a better paint budget when they picked out all the little lights and details and greebles on him.
That's fair.
Whereas I think that Cyber Shark has and again, we're talking about the merits of the mold. We're not talking about the
color scheme.
Yeah, I think that I think that Cyber Shark had a really bad color scheme, to be honest.
Turquoise and green on silver and gray is a choice.
Like, he looked way better on the art on the packaging than he did in hand. Yeah. There's just like a lot of weird airbrushing going on. He just kind of like looks very amateurish. He almost kind of has a KO quality to his deco.
That's fair.
You know? But I still had a lot of fun with him, and I picked him up because I wanted the original Cyber Shark so much. So when I had the opportunity to get the Transmetal 2 one, and I was really into the Transmetal 2s and all the Transmetals,
they are cool.
That I did get him. But I do like his gimmicks. I like the claw arm. I like the spinning mechanism. I like the fact that he's got the the dual blaster. You can take the the fins off to be blades. They didn't have to come off at all.
Sure, they didn't. That was the nice part.
Yeah. So, and they were on there really snug. So if you were gonna lose them, you had to yank them off.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't put them higher than B for me. Because that transformation, you have to get everything just right. Because if you look,
I agree with you. The
panels are curved. It's not like it's flat. Like in the new Legacy one, you get rid of that fillingness because it's flat.
You had to know all the sweet spots just to get them in there. It's a case of like, is the juice worth the squeeze? Yes, it's a nice shark mode once you get it in there, especially with the.
I don't think it was worth it. And mine never clipped together right. But again, because you have to get everything just so, which I don't like.
And Beast Wars did have quite a bit of that in a lot of characters, where you had to get everything lined up in just the right way.
Most of it was the insect ones.
Yeah, and there weren't really any posts or pegs that like I was talking about earlier with like a lot of the modern stuff. They'll have posts and pegs, and it's like, okay, this has to go here, and this does lock in here. But I think the transformation's the worst part of him, and I think that pushes him from a B to a C.
Yeah, I was about to say, that transformation's so bad. You have to fold everything up just so. Oof, this is another rough one coming up.
Oh, Black Arachnia?
Black Arachnia. Oof.
Yeah, this was...
Oof. I have issues. The bra is weird, first of all.
Well, yeah, the fact that they, like, soft-welded it on was weird.
Yeah, I was like, why did you bother vacuum metallizing that stuff?
Yeah, they put it in there as like a censorship piece. It's like, if you're gonna censor it, just remold it.
Yeah.
But she had like a couple cool gimmicks, I will say. I like.
She had the
retracting mandible. That was also like a web thing in the beast mode, but the beast mode I don't recall ever holding together all that well.
Nope.
And the Predacon Maximal Spark gimmick was neat because it was like them putting like the show lore into the toy.
Yeah.
A lot of interesting material choices on her, like the way they had like the opaque plastic peeking out through the like layered plastic.
Yeah.
But couldn't really stand worth a damn. Very, there's like no kibble management on her at all.
No. It's not good.
And I think the reason why people liked her, she was short packed. So she was a harder figure to get. She was like one of the first ones I remember like seeing her once, buying her, and then never seeing her again.
Yeah, I believe that.
Because back in the day, they had the stigma that female action figures didn't sell at all. So if they did do them, they would get short packed or incredibly small runs. So, yeah,
the question for me is either D or Pit.
I think D, because
you need to make a case for not being Pit. Because like
my case for not being Pit is at least the sculpt.
Those arms.
I think you can at least the arms to make them look passable.
Mm-hmm.
You can at least hold her weapon. It's just getting her to stand.
Kind of.
Yeah, I don't think she's anywhere near as bad as Cheetor is.
The problem you can't get her stance because she's got high heels, which don't work when you have that much kibble. Like you need big, wide, big Sasquatch feet if you're gonna have that much kibble, and you just can't do it with her. Like for me, it'd be Pit just for that reason. It's just like you can't. I also remember her arms going like super loosey goosey on me fast.
Mine didn't, but for me it was just trying to find a spot to get her in. The backpack is a problem.
It is a huge.
But I do think the sculpt saves it. I think for me the sculpt saves it from going into the pit. In fact, that it did have a good paint budget. It did have a good, use of materials. Like I like the ideas in it. It's just the execution. Whereas like with Cheetor, I don't like the ideas of it, and I don't like the execution of it. And I like this. At least had a good use of the budget. Whereas like Cheetor is like, what did you do with the budget for a flagship character? At least here they put some fan service into it. They tried to make her like look like she did in the show with what they had. Like there was
she only had this form for like 3 episodes, 4.
She did, but I'm just saying this is like one. This figure exists out of fan service. Like there was somebody that cared, and I think it's just a miracle that she exists. So I think there's a couple merits there. It's definitely a D. I mean, for me, but I don't think it's like. If it was like if they just made her to make her and nobody cared and there wasn't like any sort of semblance of effort into it, I would say pit. Whereas like with Cheetor, it's like, wait a minute, you have like the Bumblebee of this generation and you are going to give him like the lowest effort, poor execution, no paint, bad sculpt. Whereas here the sculpt is there, the fan service is there. There's a decent enough budget because Omega was a small step above a deluxe, and they're trying to make a very feminine action figure. Because if they try to like basically just like do what they did in '96, where they're like, or was maybe '97, where it's like we're just gonna make Tarantulas a Black Widow spider.
Yes, that's around there.
Yeah,
I think it was '96, might have been '97.
Yeah, like Black Arachne is not a Black Widow spider. It's a tarantula with an hourglass on it.
Yeah.
And here they're like, look, we're going to try and make a Transmetal 2 Black Widow spider, and we're going to give her the faction changing gimmick, and we're going to give her a web gimmick
and a bra.
And yeah, well, the bra, still silly.
I will agree with D.
Okay.
But which brings us, we have 2 left up until 2001.
All right.
These, I think, are good ones.
All right.
We're gonna start with this dude, Rock Meow.
Oh, Tiger Hawk?
Oh, good old fashioned Tiger Hawk.
I think he's an A.
I think he's quite. What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know why their image is so small there, low resolution. Yeah, it's interesting too how.
My question is, why A instead of S?
Well, it's a case where like. Some of his gimmicks get in the way.
Like I like the hawk helmet idea,
but it gets in the way of what could have been good articulation for the tiger head.
True.
Also,
I love the shoulder paw.
I think his legs being a little stumpy, and even the Legacy version had like kind of the stumpy legs. He has very small feet, and like the way the feet transform is interesting. But for a figure that's as top heavy as he is, he definitely needs a bigger footprint. But the reason that he's held back from, other than that, the other reason like why he's held back is the spring-loaded shoulder cannons. Even when he was new, they would deploy and they would flip up, and that would always cause them to fall forward, like they were on a hair trigger. And that gimmick for me was like such a hindrance that it took him down a peg from his wave mate. When we get to his wave mate,
Yes. I really like this guy.
I like him a lot. But it's just that like
mode theoretically.
Yeah, because originally he was also going to be a triple changer.
Well, I mean, both him and his wave mate were theoretically had these weird.
Yeah, well, at least with Megatron, they did advertise him as a triple changer.
Yeah,
and he did still have the wheels. I think he used it all but once.
I don't think he used it in the show at all.
I thought he did like one scene.
I don't know.
because he was the dragster mode, which makes the dragon.
A?
I think he's a very solid A. I think that he's definitely above average. It's just, for me, it's just the hair triggers on those cannons, and then the armor head is a good idea, but it got in the way of articulation. And then it's just those the feet. It's the feet that are just so small, and so like when you combine like the fact that he could just be on the shelf, and if like a little breeze hit him, and those hair, he would just fall forward, and just yeah.
Tigerhawk, why are you drunk?
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Also, too, like they didn't paint his face, and they made him out of this white plastic, so the face like was very hard to see.
And the fur detail.
Yeah, the fur detail is hard.
All right, you're gonna have to talk me out of why we not.
No, this is an S tier figure. This is an S tier figure.
Transmetal 2 Megatron.
Yeah. You want to talk?
I will knock it. The dragon head gimmick is bad. As far as because it was made out of that soft bendy plastic rather than having ball joints or anything.
I'm going to defend it a little bit. So
defend work good, because I can't see where it's good.
I think for like play value, and the fact that it was like on that mechanism where you could move it left and right, and you could also lock it in. So was it like as good of, like, oh, was it as from an articulation perspective, was it great? No. But you could move that nozzle, and you could actually lock it in, so it could be at a curve. And so, like, when if you're a kid and you're messing with it, and you're like twisting it around and making the dragon head thrash around in robot or beast mode, or the weird dragster mode, you could just have it be straightforward. From a play perspective, I think it was fine. And again, the fact that you could lock it in made it tolerable.
All right, there's one more feature you're gonna have to defend for me.
Okay.
For that beast mode, the tail.
Well, the tail is
the fact that the head just basically. I don't remember if the head actually flipped upside down at least, or if it just kind of hung out in the back there.
Well, you couldn't see the head because the head just like went into his back. Like
Not really.
I don't really think you could see it, because the head just kind of like was in his rump, kind of.
He had his head up his ass?
He had his head up his ass, which also is kind of a tongue-in-cheek thing for Beast Wars Megatron.
Fair.
I honestly, the only things that, I don't like with the sculpt is the robot mode head.
The robot head is a little goofy.
It's like with the big grimace, and I don't like the fact that when they did the Legacy, and again, that has no bearing on it, but with the Legacy one, they gave him also like kind of a toy-inspired head.
Yeah.
But
you could also talk too.
Yes, the wing flapping gimmick was cool. The fact that they gave him a missile in the dragon head was neat, and the way the missile deployed, like it wasn't on a hair trigger. You pressed the head down, the mouth opened up. It was a great looking dragon mode.
Two different missile launchers.
Yeah, where was the other one?
On the top of the robot head.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That one was there. I always forget about that one because I would take the missile out because I felt dumb in there.
You're not wrong.
But yeah, no, he did. He had all the gimmicks. He had a good footprint. The feet were he didn't have ankle tilt, but like the feet were big and on hinges, and it was a fun transformation too, and everything on him felt really sturdy. Especially, I loved how the wings, you could slide that panel down and they would flare out, and they just look really cool with the gradient. Yeah. I think if we're gonna give Optimal Optimus an S, I think that he belongs up there with them.
I agree. This is one of my favorites. And now we're going to end with, unfortunately, something real bad.
Oh, the mutants?
The mutants. Here we go. Let's start with whoever this one is. I don't remember. Oh, God.
Well, you just...
Spoiler alert, I don't think any of these get above D.
No, these were originally Animorphs that they decided that they were going to
Shove them in Beast Wars.
Yeah, because the Animorphs toy line failed. It's
so hard.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept, I guess.
If I don't execute it well.
But yeah, I think it's almost impossible to execute. Like you have a crayfish barracuda.
That's a scorpion.
I'm sorry, not a scorpion barracuda.
It don't look like it because you got these. The tail becomes.
But no, it does kind of look like a crayfish more than anything. With the tail.
The claws are weak.
Yeah, they all do have like robot heads tucked away. Like in the case of Poison Bite, it's in the scorpion tail. You can flip a panel down and see the pained robot head. Because the whole idea was that they were like fusors, but they didn't get a proper robot mode.
Instead of being fused together, you turned into one or the other.
It
was bad. This is bad.
Yeah, and I think that this was one of the sad to say. I think this is one of the better looking ones.
Yeah,
if that makes any sense.
Oh no,
we'll get into it.
The question is D or Pit?
Oh, it's Pit.
Oh yeah.
There's a reason these didn't sell.
You can stay right there, Poison Bite. You are terrible.
Yeah.
You should not exist.
I mean, these came out too while Beast Machines was going on. So yeah, which one do we have there? Is that
Razor Claw?
Razor Claw, yeah. And a lot of these also just So again,
look at those arms.
A Wolverine Raptor and.
Oh my God! Look at those arms.
Yeah.
Wolverines don't have those arms like that.
And Wolverines aren't green. It's like again, you could have made this guy brown.
Yeah, I don't know why he was green. And he's got a Mantis robot head.
Yeah.
Because that was probably supposed to be an Andalite. I bet you anything that was supposed to be Axe.
Yeah, for sure. You can see that was definitely supposed to be Axe.
Maybe Visor 3.
Yeah.
There's only 2 Andalite characters they got figures.
Yeah, maybe it was Visor 3. Maybe they're doing a deluxe Visor 3 because that probably didn't start out as Wolverine. It probably started out as like whatever that mutant he turned into was.
Yeah, or a Hork-Bajir, or whatever the fuck they're called. Because the proportions are just super weird on this one.
Yeah.
Dear Pit.
I'm gonna say Pit. Like,
Pit.
Does that look appealing in either mold?
No.
And from what I remember, the transformations on these weren't fun at all. Like they were just. It was like the Animorphs team, and that team did not do very well.
I give props for posability because you have the opening and closing jaw in both forms.
But you don't have a robot mode.
Yeah. Okay, you say that.
I mean, people want to hate on Action Masters, but at least Action Masters are robots. No, it's Soundwave.
Soundwave.
Soundwave is one you won't even find today because GPS.
Gold plastics.
But
look at those hands. Look at those gator paws.
Yeah.
It's not convincing in the least.
No.
Like, just so bad.
Yeah. And again, this was probably just done to, okay, hey, we need to re-register the trademark for Soundwave.
So bad. I just can't.
Yeah. But at least because of GPS, no one's going to have to suffer through it today.
Nope. Nobody's going to have to deal with this piece of shit.
Yeah. And our last one, I think... last one, actually, I think is the only one that I would give a D tier. And that's because you can fudge a robot mode out of it. So...
I also think it has a good bear mode.
Yeah, the bear mode, save for the fact the claws are way too big, is
Look, he hasn't had his nail trim yet.
Is this one Snow Owl?
Iceberg.
But yeah, you can actually fudge a robot mode out of this one as well.
It's a weak robot mode.
It's a weak robot mode, but you can still do it.
It's so bad.
It's bad, but at least like
I said, the bear mode is probably the best animal mode out of all 4 of them.
I would say the owl mode's passable.
It has the same problem though, but your feet get huge.
Yeah, but I mean, have you ever seen an owl? Owls have long legs.
I live out in the boonies. Yes, I've seen owls.
Have you ever seen an owl's legs? Yeah. So
they're not that big.
No, but I at least think this is the only one that I would.
Look at those tiny wings.
Me giving it a D is a mercy kill on this thing.
I mean, yeah.
So
it's not good. It's just not.
Yeah,
it's not good. I will agree with D just because I like the bear mode.
All right.
All right. So that's it. That's all. That is the entirety of Beast Wars now.
All right.
Do you see anything
I want to change?
I agree with everything in S tier.
Yeah, everything in S tier is fine because we really just have we have Primal and Megatron in
Optimal
there. Optimal Optimus and Megatron.
A, we have the Waspinator, Silverbolt, Scavenger, Spitor, Tigerhawk.
Okay.
I don't disagree with any of those. B, you have Transmetal Pterosaur, you have Depth Charge.
Yep.
Optimus Minor, Jawbreaker, Stink Bomb, Ramulus, Scarum, Iguanus, and Prowl.
Yep.
I don't disagree with any of those.
C is a big list. I don't see anything in C that sticks out to me that I think should be ranked higher. Or lower.
Yeah. And D, I agree with.
D, I agree with, and the Pit, I agree with. I mean,
I can't argue with the Pit. The only one I might argue with is, as bad as we're making Cheetor out to be, I do remember having fun with them. And Dino, we did put Dinobot.
We did. Dinobot was a D.
Yeah, which makes me sad to put him in there. I can't.
It makes me sad to put him in there because I love the character, but he deserves way better.
He deserves way better now.
I mean, that figure's actually not bad. I'm being serious.
I'm not going to touch it because I think I might break it.
Okay.
It looks that fun.
You should get this guy, or you can get the Trifredicus Agent repaint too.
Why?
It's cool.
No.
You like Knight / Cheetor?
Yeah. If they make a Knight / Cheetor, I'd buy that one. That's a good figure. Speaking of, as far as segues, guess what we're doing next?
Beast Machines.
Not tonight, obviously.
Yeah. But in the very near future, we'll get Beast Machines out
Beast Machines, I'm super looking forward.
Yeah, because we're going to roast a lot of them. I don't think... There's good ones.
There's actually a couple good bangers in there.
All right. Well, if we're locking this in, get a screen cap of that so we can put that up.
How do?
Well, you're on a Mac, so I don't think you have a snipping tool. Do you have a print screen button? Yeah, and just send that over to me through Messenger, and we'll get that.
Oh wait, I might be able. I can probably download it.
Oh yep, that's right. You can just go ahead and download it and just send it to me over Messenger, and
download image.
We'll get that posted over on the YouTube community tab.
Yeah, let me just check my downloads. I want to make sure it got there before I check my download. Again, I just got a Mac, so I'm still figuring everything out. So, we got anything to catch up with on chat?
Nope, I think we are caught up. It's also late on a Friday, so.
I didn't download. Hold on.
And thanks for hanging around, those that hung out in the chat.
Yeah.
It's always a good time having you all on here. And again, if you are in the DC, Maryland, Virginia, Pennsylvania area tomorrow, we are going to be meeting up at Bar Louie in White Marsh, Maryland. So come on by from 4 to 8 p.m. and just come hang out with us. I'll be there. T-Man will be there. Junkie on Crafts and Builds will be there. Vault Matrix will hopefully be there, as well as a bunch of folks from the Syndicate Toy Hunters, the DMV Action Figure Society, the DMV Transformers group, and I think there's one more I posted too. But yeah, if you're in the area, come on by, hang out, say hi. It's gonna be a good time. And while you're doing that, I will full screen us. That way, folks don't have to see you going through your Mac in case you're going through your file.
I'm trying.
But I think that's probably a good place to wrap things up for the evening. So again, we'll have this over on the community tab, and just let us know whether you agree, disagree. Is there anything that you would change or have ranked differently? Let me know. And if you are watching on the replay, let me know. Do you agree with where we landed? Are there any Beast Wars figures that you think are deserving of a higher score, or any deserving of a lower score? With that too, if you just want to let me know any of your favorite Beast Wars figures, drop a comment. I do read, I do respond to them, and I greatly appreciate it when you do drop some comments on here, because I enjoy interacting with all of you. And if you haven't already, if you like what we do here, hit that like button. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you can stay in the loop when I do extra content like this. As you can see all around me, I have a vast collection of Transformers, and I'm working on, let me even get it around here, because it goes on and on and on and on. It's almost like a museum. My one dog is running around upstairs, so if you hear any thudding, that's what that is.
Send it to you on Facebook.
Yeah, just send it to me over Messenger, and I'll get that on the community tab. But yeah, I do have a collection tour coming up on Sunday. I'll hopefully have the toy hunt and hangout video posted as well, so stay on the lookout for that. And yeah, again, thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I'll be back for 0 Hour on Tuesday at 9 o'clock Eastern, and just my news show. And yeah, this has been Lance hanging out with me in person, so we'll have more footage of him hanging out tomorrow. No, oh yeah, also too, I'm going to be going to Steel City Convention in December.
Yeah, you are.
December 5th. I've got my tickets to see Frank Welker and Peter Cullen, and I'm also going to get one to get Peter Cullen's autograph. So yeah, if you're going to Steel City on the on that Saturday, I'll be there with my wife. So come on over, say hi to us. Love to meet you there. And yeah, with that, that's going to wrap it up for tonight's stream. So again, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and I will see you all on the next one. Until then, 0 out.
Bye. All right.